Westside BBC. Westside BBC. I take a look at myself, I likes what I'm seeing. I'm far from conceited, just a fly human being. I dress, talk, and smell as if I want the world. Learn to steal and that's real once it attracts the girls. My sunshine, spend time, margarita twisted with lime. Half baked in these DC streets, and if you can't stand the heat, ain't got to tell you about the kitchen. Sin City living, how you twigging and itching. Stealing for a living, cause the city, the frequency is a hell of a stench. The city raised the Grinch, taught him how to steal and both sides of the fence. Gave him a gun and told the rabbit to have fun, not just counties, boundaries, mountains, time zones, 41 states, cripped in, 15 pipped in, and look at me mama, I'm still dipping, rest till I die, nigga try me, fuck a IV, they got 48 hours to find me, burn the whole crime scene, and all they know is he smoke good greens, and live by all means, with the heart of the whole team, you think it's easy to flip from sugar to shit, smoke up the scene and burn rubber and weed with it, designed for the 3 and the G in it, east side, you see the West LV represent explicit. And if y'all think I came to talk pimp shit, bitch, you got me twisted. It's 3-A-N-G-S-T-A period, and I just look like this. I tell them I just look like this. And Lord knows I ain't never been a punk about shit. I live the G-code where most of y'all niggas just talked it. Kicked in doors and pimped toes, where the G's at, cause this ain't the Lancey Street. Please believe that. Fucking with me, you get P shit, G shit, West Side 3 shit on 1P, bitch. My rock and roll lock and load, and ain't no bluffing. When them niggas talking loud and ain't saying nothing. But I kick the type of shit that can break a bitch. Like a thief, anything I want I'm taking it. Out of control, rock and skate with it. Left side, and Lord know I ain't no faking it. I took my game from the streets and jump states with it. Gang remain the same, although the name changed cause they face strange. And if I got the gang bang, I burn rubber and weed and lead this bitch right now, man. From blue rags to tracks with hoes that attract tricks and jack dick, that's how it crack, bitch. Think it's a game, it's a fact, bitch. Fucking with Tone P, I'll get your bitch ass blasted up.
Yeah, make that. Where make that? Jesse.
You know who wanna see my cars on flatbed? Hey, this is a recession, selling that crack, yeah. Niggas selling super sour bionic glue, and got Superman powers with them stretch new. New Corvette looking like a transformer. No seatbelt screaming on my damn lawyer. Damn, I'm knee deep in the projects, and Hollywood ain't accepting no nigga from the project. New Corvette looking like a transformer. No seatbelt screaming on my damn lawyer. Damn, I'm knee deep in the projects, and Hollywood ain't accepting no nigga from the project. New Corvette looking like a transformer. No seatbelt screaming on my damn lawyer. New Corvette looking like a transformer. No seatbelt screaming on my damn lawyer. New Corvette looking like a transformer. No seatbelt screaming on my damn lawyer. Damn, I'm knee deep in the projects, and Hollywood ain't accepting no nigga from the project. New Corvette looking like a transformer. No seatbelt screaming on my damn lawyer. Damn, I'm knee deep in the projects, and Hollywood ain't accepting no nigga from the project. New Corvette looking like a transformer. No seatbelt screaming on my damn lawyer. Damn, I'm knee deep in the projects, and Hollywood ain't accepting no nigga from the project. Yeah. John Dillinger shit. Corvette looking like a transformer. No seatbelt screaming on my damn lawyer. Damn, I'm knee deep in the projects, and Hollywood ain't accepting no nigga from the project. New Corvette looking like a transformer. No seatbelt screaming on my damn lawyer. Damn, I'm knee deep in the projects, and Hollywood ain't accepting no nigga from the project. Yeah. John Dillinger shit. Niggas in the hood wanna see my cars on flatbed. Hey, this is a recession, selling that crack, yeah. Niggas selling super sour bionic glue, and got Superman powers when them stretch new. New Corvette looking like a transformer. No seatbelt screaming on my damn lawyer. Damn, I'm knee deep in the projects, and Hollywood ain't accepting no nigga.
Good evening.
What in
Oh,
the hell
excuse
is
me.
this?
Good morning.
What kind of
Uh,
weird ass bass rock moment is this? Is that Little Wayne?
yes.
Like, you gotta get off the crack, cuz. He's like, what kind of fucking weird ass Ronald McDonald boots are those?
I don't know. You
Wearing
wouldn't.
like bass rocks, baby. Like, he wearing some motherfucking, like some giant ass red moon motherfucking boots. Like, they'll make enough, maybe they make enough crack. You just gotta put some of it down. Like, talking to Jesse.
Yes. Good afternoon, Denver.
Crack rocks.
This is part 2 of Frontline Black News. We didn't get to all the topics last night. So,
Jesse was
Super Bowl
bullshit.
Sunday, Super Bowl 57.
He's the only one excited.
And it's a FBA Bowl going on later on today. So
That's what
we're trying to
I'm
get
excited about.
the show out of the way early because we have 2 other shows planned for today. So tap into those. Shout
No,
out
we
to our
don't. We only
viewers.
got one show planned today.
It's 2 shows. You got RBA and
He's lying.
Shabaka's show.
We just got Shabakas.
We have 2 shows planned today.
I can't do the RBA, man. He's trying to exhaust me. You gonna exhaust me with this show. You see, family,
You're
I be
supposed
trying
to
to
come
tap
over
out.
here for the. Yeah, you're supposed to come over here for the Super Bowl. On today's part 2 of season 2, episode 45 of the Frontline Black News, we'll be discussing the topics that we were not able to get to last night. And those are update on the 2023 Denver mayor's race. We're being excluded from the fair elections debates at Regis and Metro State University of Denver.
What?
And I am
You're an
MSU alumni.
Fuck.
The Unhoused Neighbor News.
Oh, and we're also being excluded from the Unhoused thing. But fuck you, House Keys fucking network. You will let him debate. You will let him debate.
Right.
Because you want to tokenize this shit, I will embarrass the fuck out of all of you.
Yep.
You will let
in public, in the rain.
You will let him debate. I promise you'll let him debate. So I will embarrass the fucking holy fuck out of all of you.
And then we have the sweeps.
Don't let me fucking get to telling the truth about your racism and shit. Tokenizing and whatnot. Don't let me get to telling the truth. So you just I'm gonna pretend I didn't read that motherfucking ugly ass email and shit. I'm just gonna pretend I didn't read it.
The one where I was disinvited to my own forum.
Yeah, I'm pretend I'm reading. No, you will let him talk since you want to tokenize it for fucking 8 years or some shit.
Yeah. I'm the only one that deserves to be there. I'm the only one that was unhoused.
Right. You just want to hear from. You want to hear from. Oh man. Oh, please make a scene. Please make a scene on fucking the 20th. I promise you, it's gonna be all bad, all fucking bad, and the news will be there. Ooh, please make a scene. Please make a scene. Please don't let me get to telling the truth. I will tell the motherfucking truth and shame the devil, the white devil. Go ahead. I mean it. Look, you see my face. It was shame the motherfucking white devil of fucking Therese Howard and everybody involved. Jerry, you want to get in the motherfucking way? You can stand in line with them too. Don't forget, they tokenized you too, brother. Don't forget, just because you're under the white fucking devil spell, don't mean they ain't tokenized you too. Remember, they had you cleaning that shit up and they didn't want to pay you, but they'd rather pay some motherfucking white person to come do your job. They had a whole motherfucking application for your job that you did religiously on Wednesday. So don't let me get to motherfucking telling the truth and shaming the motherfucking white devil.
All right.
God.
So we got the sweeps after that, and then we got the Negro Bowl or the FBA Bowl. The symbolism behind that, because there's nothing tangible we're getting. It's just symbolism.
Goddamn right, it's just symbolism.
I thought I had one more topic. Let me see. No, that's it. So let's get on this marriage race.
Oh yeah, let's. You old raggedy ass motherfucking school of Regis. How dare you? How dare you make a black man stand up the whole motherfucking debate? Right? And the other black person in there, I'm sorry, that dark Nubian motherfucking buck broken motherfucking bed bug in the fucking audience, right? Over there repping the motherfucking white lady. He got to sit down. Talking to a white lady the whole day. The whole time he was in there. Fucking what's his face was talking to an old white lady.
Oh,
I know the
Hashem.
old ass white lady. White people look old all the time. Did you notice that?
Yeah, they age horrible.
God. The motherfucking whatever dashiki wear motherfucking all black self of the fucking bed bug motherfucking Hashem sitting there talking to a whole white lady during the whole debate. I'm like, cuz, for real? Can you stay
And
away
then
from the
one
white people?
stand up and say, "Hey, why isn't Mr. Parris on that stage?"
Nah, cause he old fucking titty sucking ass motherfucking asshole. That's why. Shh. You give a fuck if you gay or not. You sure do love them white people, cuz you really do. You really fucking do. Sure do love them.
That
She on
whole
my agenda. That bitch, she said not one motherfucking thing about black people or LGBTQ people at all. Not one motherfucking thing.
and when asked by a homeless person what she was gonna do to help him, she just dodged the question.
Of course she did. I'm gonna create some sanction camps on Denver own
Right,
property. Ain't nobody want to live
right
on
in
no
front of
motherfucking Denver own fucking
right,
land.
right in front of Hashem. Can you hear it?
Yeah.
You can hear it.
Really? No. I hear us talking. I hear my loud ass in the back.
Can you hear it now? Oh, it froze up.
Ooh, you're gonna let me do what I wanted to do yesterday.
Can you hear it?
Barely, yeah. I hear a lot. Yeah, kind of.
So that's so
You want me
narrow.
to do it? I'm ready. You want me to do it?
That's stupid ass Terrence. You see Terrence walking.
Fucking Terrence is fat. You want me to you want me to do it?
Do what?
Pull up this, as this is your footage.
Yeah, this is my footage. There's Sandy.
How you doing?
Don't let me get to telling the truth about that either.
I told her she could have her money back.
What she said?
She said, no, that's good. I'm okay.
And now you okay after you made a whole motherfucking scene. Yeah, you really can. You really can. I don't give a fuck what I gotta do to get it back. You really fucking can.
So that's me initially walking in and reporting it.
You know, motherfuckers only do that because, like, Jeff think he the fucking kingmaker. All right, cuz, maybe you are. You sure did fuck up our shit. But that's okay. You won't have the chance again. You will not have the chance again. 4 years ain't shit.
Oh, he don't even accept none of my tags anymore.
Oh yeah, because he blocked you because you censored him. Because he said stop fucking dragging him, and you had to fucking concede your loss. You lost.
Mm-hmm.
That's all right. We still do what the fuck we want to do, as you can see. As you can see.
Okay,
What's gonna happen? What's gonna happen, black people, when you show up to Brother Jeff's to watch a motherfucking candidate forum, and you're fucking the only motherfucker that shows up and actually does for the community is disallowed? How is that gonna make you look? That nobody said anything about it. It's gonna look like a whole bunch of motherfucking followers, traitors. That's what it's gonna look like.
Especially since it's supposed to be a fair election. Ain't nothing fair about this shit. It is gatekeeping and corralling. trying to find more footage, Black family. Give me a second.
So, Black family, I like watching people, take blackheads out of faces and stuff like that. It's kind of like a guilty little fucking thing of mine, because it's really just, I just don't like it. You can tell I'm having a breakout because of something personal going on over here, but that's very, very rare. Do I have a breakout? Right, Jesse? Very rarely.
Yeah.
Did I have a breakout? Right. Usually it's because my mask. Right, my mask will make my face break out. But I had, for the most part, my entire life fucking clear complexion. Very clear. I mean, if you roll that beautiful beat footage so we can find the pictures, I have had a clear complexion damn near my whole life. So only maybe a handful of times, and this might be one of them. Shh, shut up, Jesse. Where I might have a little breakout, okay? But it's like right here. It's going away. Okay, I can't help it. But what's in the food nowadays makes me itchy everywhere. Right? So anyway, back to what I was saying. I like watching it because I just like some things are just truly satisfying. Especially when you see ugly shit and it just like that. It's like a fucking personal body explosion. Thanks.
There are currently 17 people running for mayor.
No, there's really more like 25 people running for mayor.
Yeah, because you don't want to disengage. I think there should be a candidate forum for the write-ins. Just on GP.
Organize it.
Excuse me?
Hit up some of the local R&Os and get them to organize it.
Excuse me? Not me?
Whoever's tuning in.
I only support Black First agendas. And that is only one person I know. Everybody else can eat a dick. Except for my little friends. We got like 2 friends up there.
Shout out New Hope next Saturday.
Yeah.
New Hope is having a candidate forum.
Shout out New Hope. I like New Hope.
Remember, we hit New Hope up when Master P came.
What about the AME?
They're doing something too, but I think it's some fair elections bullshit too.
Nah, we got invited, remember? Well, either way, there's no notice, so showing up. And the press will make you speak.
And let's get to this coonery and buffoonery.
Mayor Michael Hancock has reached his term limit. The candidates are debating tonight at Regis University.
Fuck on out of there.
Here's Colorado, proud to be the media sponsor for the big night. We take you right now to Regis University.
Take you right now. Oh, white ass school.
So where he's standing and they're standing, that's about roughly where I was standing when they wouldn't let me on the freaking stage. Because I was right behind the Sudi. This motherfucker right here.
That dude is rude as hell.
Dominic the Sudi, yeah.
Good evening. And
I'm
welcome
so
to
glad I didn't go because I would have got us arrested.
Mayoral debate. My name is Jenna Farley, and I am the Director of
We
Community
didn't get
Relations.
arrested. That would have been my fault. Jesse
Before
would have been
I
mad.
review some of the
We've been
logistics
talking
for
in
tonight,
the
let me
fucking area.
introduce you to the President of Regis University,
Before we walked
Dr.
all
Salvador.
out of there.
Good evening and welcome to Regis University. My name is Salvador Aceves and I am Regis's new president.
Man, that dude is adorable. Look how adorable his little face is. That's what Dominic's going to look like when he gets older.
We are grateful to they and you who are here. We are
Dominic
especially pleased to present this debate because dialogue and
Dominic
conversation
is got an adorable little face. That's what he's going to grow up to look like.
Our founder, St. Ignatius of Loyola, advised listening closely to all sides in order to hear beyond our own biases. This does not mean that we avoid disagreement, but rather it invites us to inquiry, reflection, curiosity.
That's not true. You already disengaged. It didn't allow somebody to actually get up there and educate nobody.
Thoughtfully tonight,
It's real
and
biased.
listen to the visions for our community. Buenas noches y bienvenidos a la Universidad de Regis. Soy Salvador Aceves, el nuevo presidente de Regis.
I don't know why you speaking
Uno de los
Spanish, cuz.
candidatos
Number
será
white
el
people there.
miércoles de Denver. Estamos agradecidos a ellos y a ustedes que nos acompañan.
It was
Es un
some of
honor
them, it was some of
presentarnos
them in the
la
crowd, but
conversación.
not.
Son
That's
That's
many
because
principios.
they
white
came
people.
for Aurelio.
It
Nuestro
was more
fundador,
white
San
people than
Ignacio de
anything
Loyola,
there.
I'm telling you,
aconsejó
man.
escuchar atentamente a todas las perspectivas más allá de nuestros propios prejuicios. Esto no significa que evitamos el
I
desacuerdo,
was not trying to
sino nos
stay.
invita a la reflexión.
Nah, you got the fuck up out of there really quickly.
Y asumir
But
la buena
I know
voluntad.
why though. After looking at the shit, my legs would be hurting. And not only that, but man, my basket was in danger.
Yeah,
Now
because
it is my pleasure
the
to
white girl
introduce
gonna
our
tell me to
director
leave my
again
cart
of
over there.
Community Relations, Jenna Farley,
I was like,
who will
what?
begin the proceedings.
It's like
Thank
down
you.
the hallway from where I was at.
Thank you, Dr. Aceves. Tonight, I'm pleased to share that Ana Varela is providing Spanish language interpretation for the audience here, and I will let Anna tell
There
you more
isn't
about that.
anybody speak Spanish there, bitch.
Thank you, Jenna. My name is Ana Varela. You will see me over there in the corner with some Spanish language interpretation equipment. Para los que hablan español o necesitan traducción al español, voy a estar en esa mesa allí a la
Why you being
esquina.
educated?
Sé que se complica un poco.
You don't
¿Alguien
even know
en
who's
este
all
momento
running.
con subir la mano necesita interpretación al español? Perfecto. Para los que estén en línea,
Don't let
van
me
a
get you doing those Spanish flyers.
títulos en línea en CBS Colorado.
Now let me get you doing them.
En español, encuéntrenme.
Y'all do know the dog speaks like 4 languages.
Yeah. We need flyers in all of those languages.
Thank you, Anna. And thanks to all of you for joining us for this Educated Voter Series event.
I would do, but I only like to make flyers for black people. Cause I really do. I feel like, man, anybody else.
Before we get started, it's really important to
That goes with that all-inclusivity shit I don't agree with.
First,
And then next
thanks
thing
to
you know, you're like every other fucking black
IPS,
girl.
Marcom, and physical
And
plant
then
teams
take
for
your
their
fucking,
work to get
like when Leslie, when I told you, I said, look, I found a video, cuz when Leslie was wearing a big old motherfucking mariachi hat that looked like a whole fucking nacho chip on her head. And she was cheesing from ear to ear. Like ear to ear. She couldn't stop smiling that big. I like, man, that's why you smiling like that.
Berkeley Regis, Chafee
It's
Park,
just a car show.
This
It's not even that great. It's just a car
Jefferson
show.
Park, Sunnyside,
What's the car
West
shows on
Colfax,
Federal?
and West Highland. Thank you so much for your work on this.
That was early in the beginning of the
Additional thanks to our media partners,
That's
Denver
kinda
News Star
hard.
Newspaper, and to CBS Colorado, which is providing the live streaming services tonight and sharing the video on their website and app for
Look
those
at
of you who
that. Ain't
cannot
nothing
attend
but
in
white
person.
people. Oh, you see stupid ass take. Let me pause it. How many black people? Let's play Where's Waldo? Where are the black people?
one in a dead ass shirt.
There's stupid ass Tay Anderson, Ayante.
He over there with Scott.
Scott was looking at me the whole time. I'm like, Scott, are you gonna say anything? No.
Oh no, you bitch ass, scary ass motherfuckers ain't gonna do shit. Yeah, two.
Finally, I'd like to
two. And really, they don't count as black people because you're the only black person there.
And there was a coon for Terrence right here.
Did you say coon for Karens?
Mm-hmm. You could tell if he got green on. Money, money, money.
All right, go ahead.
They have green beanies and green hoodies.
Who do?
The ops.
Of course, you got to wear green. You start wearing any more red, he's going to be considered a gang member still. And he definitely can't wear blue. It's not his color.
He had a blue tie on.
Of course he did. He's got to copy you in every way. It's just not his color. It's a fat ass motherfucker. It's not his color.
So that's the black people.
Mm-hmm. Like I said, there's no black people there except for Jesse.
to tonight's brave moderator, Dominic DeZuti. Dominic, a Regis alumnus born and raised in Denver, is an experienced media, politics, and communications professional who spent 25 years as an Emmy Award-winning content creator and strategist with PBS 12. He recently launched Dizzuti Media Solutions, his own media.
This was already going on when I was getting situated.
Yeah, and communications.
Or denied entry because I was supposed to be up on that stage too.
Consulting firm.
It'd be much more entertaining if you're up there.
Anyone who gets marked with
Oh my God, I would have shut that shit down from the very beginning. It would have got shut down.
Dominic, thank you for moderating tonight.
All y'all are full of shit.
And unprecedented.
You're not gonna do none of the stuff you're talking about.
Great hands. Dominic.
I feel like making PowerPoints and fucking doing them in the street.
Thank you, Jenna. Thank you, everybody. I want to thank all of our audience, both here live and in person at Regis University, everyone joining us online. Thanks to our partners with CBS News Colorado for joining us for what is an historic event. I don't know about you, but the last time I saw a debate with 16 candidates for the for the mayor of Denver, I can't remember when it would ever happen before. So you're part of making history. And last but not least, I want to thank our candidates. Please join me in welcoming our candidates and thanking them for being here tonight.
But the angle, how they had the camera face, is all on them.
I like how that German lady's looking at you.
Let's get to some important facts for all of our audience to know. First and foremost, Election Day is April 4th, and the ballots will begin mailed out to all of Denver on March 13th. Now, if no candidate wins more than 50% of that election on April 4th, there will be a runoff of the top two candidates on June 6th. Let's also get into the ground rules for tonight's debate. First and foremost, we will have 5 different topics with 4 questions each. Now, we will not ask each question to each and every candidate. That's 16 answers to all those questions that get a little tiresome. However, we will call upon 4 candidates to answer each question within each topic. Each candidate will be heard for an answer for every topic. We'll also have some yes/no questions throughout the debate. There will also be a closing statement. There will not be an opening statement. The closing statement will be 1 minute so that our audience knows if you have 16 candidates, we only have the room for 2 hours. The answers will be 30 seconds. So they will be getting a time cue here in front of them from our timekeepers.
I'll tell you what, though, that motherfucker Leslie, she didn't know how to fucking tell time at all. She just kept running and running. I was like, God, shut up.
Right.
Here and at home if they're staying on time. Finally, there's also, when you have 16 candidates, you need to get pretty creative when it comes to rebuttals. And our secret for rebuttals this time will be these 3 little blue cards. The reason they're important is each of these represent a 30-second opportunity for our candidates. At the end of each question, I will ask if anyone has a rebuttal. They can then offer that. You'll see most questions at the podium closest to me, and then the podium furthest from me will be the rebuttals. There are only 3 rebuttal cards for each candidate, and these also count if you wanted to refute a rebuttal. So once those 3 are exhausted, that's it. Then we'll get to our closing statements. That's how it's going to go tonight. We're so grateful that you're here. We have welcomed our candidates. Let's get started. And then we have one more ground rule I've mentioned to our live audience here. I'm going to mention to our audience online as well. We have asked our audience to, out of respect to our candidates and everything they have to say, that they remain quiet throughout the debate. They've had a chance to welcome our candidates. They'll have a chance to thank our candidates at the end. Until then, the only voices we'll hear from our candidates and myself. Okay, let's get started. Our first topic tonight will be affordable housing. The first candidate that will join us for their answer is Trinidad Rodriguez. Trinidad, our first question in affordable housing is this. Regis University will send hundreds of graduates into the world later this spring, but very few of them will be able to afford to stay in Denver after graduation. What do you plan to do to help more young people be able to afford to establish lives here in Denver?
Thank you for the question. My vision for affordability in Denver is to start by accelerating the delivery of more different types of housing, diverse supply and more total supply. Having spent 3 years working on our current version of Blueprint Denver, volunteering my time, we set forth plenty of opportunity to do that. We also need to work on opportunities to boost total income. That is pathways where people can invest in themselves and their knowledge.
Thank you. That was Trinidad Rodriguez. Do we have
that's total pivot.
Thank you.
Yeah. Let's see, right off
Robert,
the gate,
check out the
Robert, Tita.
Yes, my question for Trinidad would be, since you were in charge of Blueprint Denver, tell us more
I had to
about
watch
why
this shit. It was
ADUs were not
irritating.
considered during the Blueprint Denver drafting period. It would have added a lot of density to the city. And now the city council is backpedaling now on the issue of having ADUs available for the whole city of Denver entirely. Why was that not considered?
Denver City Council was actually working on implementing ADUs, and at the time, including in the neighborhood I grew up in West Denver, it was a pilot program. The assurance that was given to the Blueprint Denver task force was that the results of the pilot, the project was ongoing. But let's get to the real issue, which is our cost of housing has gone up by twice as much over the last 10 years as our incomes. Let's focus on income. That can't be taken away from people.
Okay, thank you. Further rebuttals?
Jeez.
Let's move on to our next candidate. Next candidate is Leslie Herod. Leslie, the question again, what do you plan to do to help more young people be able to afford to establish lives in Denver?
Well, as someone who came to Denver as a young person right out of college, I will say firsthand, I would not be able to hold elected office in Northeast Denver if I had to pay the prices that we have to pay today. It is extremely important that we have more diverse housing stock so young people can become first-time home buyers and build generational wealth so they can get on their way. We do that by having, yes, more diverse housing stock. Also, by using Denver's land owned by Denver, DPS, and RTD to build diverse housing across the city and county of Denver so that you can afford to live here and thrive.
Thank you, Leslie.
What the fuck have you been doing for 5 years?
So you, meaning white people.
Right.
There was no fucking white people there.
Right.
For
And she
white
pointed
people.
right at him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rebuttal? Robert Tretta, that's your second rebuttal?
You only get 3.
This is good though.
Do you think that the city and county of Denver is building housing in a cost-effective way? And explain to me how exactly they are doing that.
It's a question, Leslie, you can decide to use one of your rebuttals or we can move on. Okay. Thank you. We'll be moving on. Any further rebuttals?
You gonna
She chose not to answer.
Thomas, your question, what do you plan to do to help more young people be able to afford to establish lives in Denver?
So what's driving the cost is an imbalance in supply and demand. There's too much demand chasing not enough supply. Supply is being constrained by
capitalism.
A number of things. One, at the state level,
business,
builder
he's
risk
a
liability,
banker,
which needs to be
investor.
diminished. And it's also, how do I lose my train of thought? Also tied to how slow things get through planning and zoning at the city. That needs to be expedited, and anything else that is an impediment to getting more product out on the market.
Thank you. Robert, your next rebuttal. This is your last card.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, I know about supply and demand, and I know about the
you only got 2
problem, that is going on right now.
No, he said that was his last. Oh,
yeah.
It's impacting inventory on the market.
Look at Ian.
People are having to wait a whole year for a building permit that used to take 1 day. So therefore, taking a lot of inventory off the market. I'd like to know what you're going to do about that. How are you going to rebuild the building? And, what are your plans for that?
Sure. And financial analysis, a lot of it anymore is done through AI and machine learning. So that's a lot trickier to do a balance sheet of an entire corporation. I think a lot of those tools can be enacted for the city permitting process. The city permitting process should be the last step, and it should be really kind of a rubber stamp. The people that are capitalizing this development are taking a risk. Their feet are being held to the fire by their capital providers and all of the other liability associated with that to get it done. The city needs to streamline that entire process.
Thank you. Further rebuttal? Let's get to our next candidate for the same question. Debbie Ortega is our next candidate. Debbie, the question again, what do you plan to do to help more young people be able to afford to establish lives in Denver?
So one of the first things I would do is address the permitting problem. We have many affordable housing.
Oh, now you want to address the
pipeline
permanent problem.
So that needs
You
to be
had
fixed,
all
number one.
these years
I
of
want to
city
see the
council
city
to
of Denver
address
do
that.
manufactured housing and be able to do that on public lands where we can bring the costs down by 40%. We could do both for sale and rental housing, creating wealth building and opportunities for young people from not just Regis,
She's one of
but
the
across
most
our city
officers out of
who have
everybody
left our
up
city
there.
and want to come back and live here.
Thank you. Rebuttal?
Oh, that's stupid ass Terrence.
Terrence Roberts, rebuttal. The first one, we'll go to Nip Moore.
Yes, my question to Ms. Ortega would be, what are your thoughts about more public/social housing and bringing a public banking system to pay for it for students?
First of all, I can't remember,
First of all,
I'm
it's
pretty sure you can't do it
illegal
here, and there's
to
already
do
banks
what
like
he's
that.
talking about. It's illegal based off the
Right.
state law. It's illegal.
That's what I said. Yeah, there you go.
This dummy, he think he's so smart when he's really dumb.
He's so stupid.
He gonna
He's
say
do
that
his own research.
stupid shit. And I gotta watch this shit from the sidelines, like, oh my god, like,
Tomatoes.
Unhoused neighbors.
On kiwis.
Unhoused neighbors. That is my terminology. That is my terminology. I coined the phrase unhoused neighbors because I said they unhoused, but they're still part of the community. That's what I said back in 2019.
I just want you to find the track where you talk about 20,000, 22,000 or something like that. Luxury apartments. That's what I want you to, because he gonna say it right here. He gonna say it soon. And I was like, ugh! I was yelling at the screen.
He only started saying it after the Denverite did an article on it. But it was Dennis Gallagher, the former city auditor, before Tim O'Brien, who just passed in the last year or the year before.
Tim O'Brien's gone? I thought he's still alive.
Dennis Gallagher.
Now I'm talking about you and him when you say it every fucking Monday.
Yeah, but I got that from Dennis Gallagher.
Yeah.
Dennis Gallagher was the former auditor of the city.
Right.
And at a town hall meeting at the Messiah Church on Carl Boulevard, he announced to the town hall people that was there, and Sekou was one of the people there. And he said, there is 26,000 vacant luxury apartments in Denver. That was back in 2018. So fast forward, it's 2023. And now this mug want to sit up here and say, yeah, there's over 20,000 vacant luxury apartments. We need to build more housing. No, nigga, we need to fill the shit that's vacant right now.
Carry on.
I've been part of some of the conversations that have been held in the community around public banking. I think a percentage of Denver's dollars can be used to explore that.
Denver doesn't even have community land trusts.
Stop it. Y'all just be making up shit right on the fly.
None of these mugs talked about community land trusts. Team Parris would be the only team to mention that at all. None of them said anything about community land trust, community ownership of the land, none of that.
Obviously, some of Denver's money is...
None of them said they were going to donate half of their salary back to the people. None of that. They was going to put an office in the city jail. None of that.
It's already tied up in other banks, but I think this is an opportunity for us to look at how we can do things differently and help bring some of that affordable housing online.
Oh my God. Shit, I'm effing up. You've been in office for 35 years, Ortega. You've been in city government for 35 years. Meaning you had 35 years to implement any of the stuff that you're talking about.
And be able to do that on public lands where we can bring the costs down by 40%. We could do both for sale and rental housing, creating wealth building and opportunities for young people from not just Regis, but across our city who have left our city and want to come back.
Shit, you know your ass couldn't go to Regis.
Terrence Roberts, rebuttal. The first one, we'll go to more.
Yes, my question to Ms. Ortega will be, what are your thoughts about more public/social
You see how she
housing?
looked at him?
And bringing
Like
public
you
Yeah.
dirty motherfucker.
How dare you?
Why are you coming for me?
Or on our unhoused neighbors, and what have you done about it since you've been on city council for all of these years?
Ooh.
The conversations that have been held
That's what
in the
I would
community
say.
around public banking, I think a percentage of Denver's dollars can be used to explore that. Obviously, some of Denver's money is already tied up in other banks, but I think this is an opportunity for us to look at how we can do things differently and help bring some of that affordable housing online and couple it with other dollars that are within our city coffers, because it takes.
Oh, they go to coffers. Yeah,
Like that means empty out your wallet, bitch.
Like your coffer, Ortega. You know, that mug must be city pretty fat. She's been in city office for 35 years.
As I'm saying, yeah, motherfuckers talk about we don't have to use the people's money, you know, and watch it doubles to show the people, blah blah blah. Bitch, what the fuck you been doing? If you over there work on budgets, what do you mean you ain't got no money?
Right.
I'm not independently wealthy like that. Why not? What the fuck you been doing? Cause your house mediocre, you dress mediocre. The fuck you talking about? Your hair been in the same shit for like the last fucking year and a half. The fuck you talking about?
She's grandma now. She's grandma now. She spent all her money on her grandkids.
I'm not talking about her. I'm talking about Leslie, man. I'm just saying. This
Oh,
bitch
Leslie
over there ethnically cleansing fucking
looking bad before.
cleansing her own motherfucking
Like every
neighborhood.
year she just look worse and worse. And
Carry on,
fatter.
Jesse, because I got all day, man.
Yes, you do. You got all day.
No, I don't. I'm tired.
Thank you for the rebuttal. I saw Ian Thomas to follow.
Once I ate that cup of noodle, I was ready to go to sleep.
I just heard 4 people answer this question, and I don't think any of it was centered in human beings.
Oh.
If you're trying to talk to people in college about how they can get ahead, we have to do a couple things. We have to begin financial literacy from the very beginning, so people are prepared.
That's what I'm talking about.
And
that's why my little campuses will thrive.
Somebody was mad that he said that. Watch, you gonna see somebody gonna bring that shit up about financial literacy. Like, how dare you suggest financial literacy to Black people or some stupid shit, or people of color?
What?
That is mighty racist of you, or some stupid shit. Watch.
Somebody told him that?
Somebody said that and they answered.
So that's stupid. I would bring it up too. And that's why my little campuses will strive, because you just teach financial literacy to people. I even had to learn. I'm still learning. I'm trying to implement my financial literacy in my own shit. Haven't you noticed, Jesse? My savings have gotten better until I dip into it. But like when I was saving, because I didn't know how to do it, I had to learn financial literacy, and I'm fucking down there 43 years old.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So, my little campuses would be the shit for once, for when you go out in the world, which you re-enter, and you go back out in the world and you're a regular citizen now, you'll be able to fucking financially sustain.
Oh, Sunday's tuning in. Shout out to Sunday. Sunday in Nigeria.
Shout out, my brother. Yeah, you need financial literacy. Where do you see another little eyeball, Jesse?
On Facebook.
Yeah. Carry on, guys. Please hurry up.
The homes that they'd like to live in our communities. We need to invest in nonprofits that do this kind of financial literacy. It's incredibly important that we do that. We also need to create programs within the city that allow us to hire great people out of college and have incentives for them to work for us. Like,
I said Ian won the debate.
You think Ian won the debate?
Yeah. Ain't nobody fucking with him on the environment. Like, that's a wrap. You're just not gonna do it.
Nope. And then too, when like, cause you know what was shitty though, Ian, if you're listening, cause do the right thing. You know that you and Jesse out there like was on the outside, actually doing the work. At least do the fucking right thing and stand up for your homeboy, regardless if you or him. It was just you and him.
Why isn't Jesse up here?
Right. Do the right thing, especially you, Brian Loma. I mean, come on, y'all need to do the right thing.
Brian didn't speak to me the whole time.
Y'all don't want this on Monday because Monday I'll be calling it all out. Like, y'all need to do the right thing. Stop fucking playing around. There's nobody like motherfuckers that can't be reciprocal when you need him.
Mr. Wolf, Thomas Wolf.
Neither the stupid ass Terrence.
Yeah, I just like to ask Debbie. I'd call me a skeptic, but I'm not sure when I've ever seen the city provision something and do it for 40% less than the free market. Can I have a specific example, either on material
Here we go with the
or
capitalism.
labor?
Here we go with the capitalism response.
Or land cost that gets a affordable housing or whatever type of housing stock you're talking about to the market at a 40% discount. That I'm interested. Debbie, you may choose to use your second rebuttal or not.
Yes, I will. So absolutely, there's a company in the UK by the name of Lattice that we've worked with, who's come to Denver, talked to city council, who can bring that housing. It's manufactured housing, similar to the way a car is built in a factory. And that's where you get the cost built down. And then when you put it on public land, you can get it cheaper than 40%. So this is what I plan to do. We actually have a site we've been working on.
Why haven't you already been doing that?
Right.
She just bring up Del Norte. Bitch, you had 35 years to build some fucking houses. Like, goddamn. She building houses for Mexicans. She ain't building houses for niggas.
No. Never that. And not even for her own community. She still gentrified her own community.
Yeah, she gentrified her community, but she'll tote Del Norte. Like, she about to bring Del Norte up.
In Weld County, and that's one of the things I will bring forward.
Thank you for the rebuttal. We'll move to our next question within the same affordable housing topic. The first candidate for this question is Lisa Calderon. Lisa,
on the other side of the screen,
what concrete steps will you take to provide more affordable housing?
That was for fucking Terrence.
Many of those here tonight are my students, and so when I think about running, I think of them.
This bitch. Okay, this is our Kamala Harris. We have a Kamala Harris in Denver.
She's prettier though. Lisa Calderon is really pretty. I don't know what it is.
Same stock, you know. She's all boule. She's all fraternity up. She's Miss Nonprofit. She's part of the the nonprofit industrial complex.
There's something about her that's really pretty. Versus Kamala Harris. I don't know what it is. But either way, I'll roll some beautiful beat footage back when she said the same shit right here 4 years ago in another debate.
But she serves on the same boards we do.
Yeah. But again, don't wanna stand up for nobody. But you stand up for the people. This is what I want to talk about. I want to be like, oh, you want to stand up for the people, but you can't stand up for your homeboy. It's right there.
Because she's confused, baby. She's not black first. She is. She's Spanish when she wants to be, even though she don't speak no goddamn Spanish.
I know. I speak Spanish. I'm like, I speak 4 fucking languages, people.
It's convenient for her to be black. She's not black. You think she's filing black on her paperwork? Fuck no.
No.
She's like a Latino or other.
Mm-hmm.
And other still gets mixed in with black. So she's still on the sneak. She's applying black, but she's not openly with it. She's not unapologetically black. That's for damn sure.
Definitely not.
A great majority of them are renters, including
But she's still on our talking points.
About half of Denverites. So we really need to strengthen renters' rights, including just cause evictions. We need.
Bitch, I've been on that shit for at least motherfucking 10 years. On renters' rights, if I'm not mistaken, I helped draft some bills in regards to that before Brian and Ian even got in the picture.
Need to make sure that we have a permanent fund to assist people in paying their rent. The other thing is we want to keep elders in their homes as well. We need to do something about
I
that.
want to keep our elders in their homes, goddammit. That's why I provide food to them every goddamn Sunday morning for the past 7 years. Shout out to Denver.
I want to know how I could draft a fucking bill.
You can do it. There's tutorials on it. You just got to have the right software, baby. That's it.
Shit, I'm going to do that when I'm going. Can I do it for when I go on city council?
You can propose a bill like that. That could be the topic.
I carry on.
HOAs who are taking housing without a fair process, and we need to be able to do it without going through the court system.
Thank you. Rebuttal?
So she's on that Elizabeth Epps shit. Because Elizabeth Epps, she started the Colorado Freedom Fund. And she was playing Harriet Tubman, getting black men and women out of jail on bond. And she got rid of cash bond. So I guess you can just get out whenever you get out.
Yeah. That's shit.
Next candidate to join us is Jim Walsh. Jim, same question. What concrete steps will you take?
I like Jim Walsh.
I like Jim. Jim is good people.
Jim is like, look at his little face. Like, he's like, I don't want to fucking do this. He's like, I don't want to say what I have to say.
He's the same thing as Lisa. He's a goddamn professor. He got his students doing his work. And he talking about he gonna bike all 78 neighborhoods.
Affordable housing for the Denver.
So I think that this question we should be asking something else. The question we need to be asking.
We're gonna bring him on to the Unity Party.
Yeah, he does. He needs to go on there.
Why do we have such a massive disparity of wealth in this city? Why? And so my efforts as mayor would be to be an ally to people who need resources, which means union density. It means a universal basic income program that's expanded. It means a minimum wage that's a living wage. And on and on and on.
All right.
Thank you.
I like James Walsh. He's pretty decent. Pretty decent guy. You can tell his little energy is
What
decent.
concrete steps will you take to provide more affordable housing for the people of Denver?
I think people should stand up for letting my babies go ahead and debate.
Go on to our website and take a look at the housing
I like
in 30 seconds.
that's our boy, Ian.
What I will say is the city has plans, and I'm tired of the city not putting their plans into action. Consultants get paid millions of dollars every few years to come and remake a plan instead of us actually putting it into action. I want to invite you all and the community leaders who have been doing this work to come to the table and let's bring these plans into action. We also need more financing. I agree with Terrence Roberts that we need to have public banking, among other financial resources.
You don't do your research.
The next candidate will join us for this question is Terrence Roberts. Terrence, question: what concrete steps will you take to provide more affordable
That right
housing?
there is our nemesis. He knows where he stands with
Look, man, we need to understand that affordable housing is only by
man. Look at that motherfucker.
20,000 empty affordable housing units.
Build ass dude.
We need more public/social housing. For this last administration, the last 12 years, that's all we've been talking about is affordable housing. We need more public housing to add more stock for people who can't pay for it. We need
to be so ugly.
To do that at the state level. We need to bring rate controls.
Just fucking around.
And we need to make sure that
his head's like a motherfucking M&M.
Thank you. And 30 seconds does go by quick, so
I don't like
thank
him.
you very much for sticking to that.
I don't like him because he steals my intellectual property.
Go ahead, Debbie Ortega. Debbie, this is your third rebuttal.
So I am on the board of a nonprofit housing development organization, have been for many years, and our nonprofits play a huge role in bringing online affordable housing. We've been doing that for many, many years, have over 1,000 units in the city of Denver. So I agree, we have a lot of private developers building housing, but our nonprofits are the ones who are doing the lowest AMI levels, the area median income levels for people.
That's not true.
And
That's not true. If that was the case, motherfuckers would be housed. That's not true.
Terrence is looking at her like, bitch, that's a lie.
Terrence, his whole existence is a lie.
You're looking at her like, the audacity of you.
I know. She's a liar, period. They're all liars. Including Terrence. He need to admit he's been stealing my work and run my motherfucking Cash App. That's what he need to do.
Well, if I was on that stage, I would have told him that, but you know how that
That's
goes.
okay. That's okay. I'm gonna have my opportunity here shortly. Anyway, he can totally get my motherfucking run my fucking Cash App, cuz. Oh, I'm gonna text you too. I'm gonna give you the whole fucking nigga fee. Run my shit. I'm stealing my motherfucking work.
See if he shows up to the New Hope. You know we got New Hope on live.
I know. The only time I'll be like, oh, Black Belly. Come on, Black Belly. Like rolling the dice. It's gonna be like the RVA is gonna be like the church of the doll.
He should be joining us here shortly, our West Coast correspondent. So I'm gonna proceed with the stupid ass debate. Oh God.
When we need the missing middle, which is a huge part of what the next fair is going to have to solve.
The missing middle. So she's talking about like 0 to 30, 30 to 60, 90 to 120%.
The missing middle. Yeah, the missing middle is the workforce that's been forced to go back and live on the street. That's where the missing middle is. Where's the missing middle? They're homeless.
There ain't no 0 to 30% housing being built.
Nope.
She's talking about the missing middle. That's above 30%. That's like 40 to 60.
There hasn't been a middle class since before COVID. Can't blame everything on COVID either. What happened is that the missing middle is now living on the street. That's where the missing middle is.
Do you wish to use your second one? Okay. We will move on.
Look at him bowing out.
We'll be moving on to our third question.
I'm sorry. Sorry, I wasted y'all time with that. Cool, ass.
Yeah.
Within the affordable housing topic, our first candidate to join us will be Kwame Spearman. We often hear about affordable housing programs.
This is where Kwame gets her.
They was going at Kwame.
Kwame got at fucking Leslie though. That was beautiful. Till she got him back.
Yeah.
The area median income. But what steps should be taken to make housing more attainable for the missing middle? Those earning between $60,000 and $80,000 a year, or 80 to 120% of the AMI. And for our audience, Denver's area median income is about $73,000 for one person.
That's a damn lie. It's more like 82,000.
Mm-hmm.
For one person.
I remember 9 News lied on him. Lied on it. Or was it Channel 31?
It's probably Fox, yeah.
I was the only Justice House. The news stay on one channel only.
Tattered cover. He owns the tattered cover.
Mm-hmm.
So he thinks he's a big shot in Denver because he runs an organization that kicked the homeless out.
Carry on. I used to love tattered cover, but since you did that, Kwame,
As a small business owner, this is a great
I will
question.
never buy another book in your fucking
A dedicated
establishment ever
program
again in
focused
life,
on
and that's
youth
terrible.
housing. If you are a teacher, a nurse.
He paid into the downtown Denver partnership.
Of course he did. You know they don't let in black people anyway.
This is
Now without paying the fee.
the whitest black boy I think I've ever met. He grew up in Hilltop. Lily White, Denver.
Oh.
Shabak is joining us.
Oh.
Shout out to the West Coast correspondent.
Shabaka?
Hey, what's going on to you? Yeah, you know, the West Coast is getting ready to get hit with rain. Yeah, love the digital fly right there. Yeah. Yeah, who made that fly?
Yeah, I think it was one of the brothers, right? One of the Panthers.
Yeah. I think I'm familiar with dude who made that fly right there, you know. And believe it or not, he got it off of Canva because after further investigation on the Canva, yeah, they are trying to charge you, just like what they're doing with the rest of this stuff on here, you know what I mean? And you mean to tell me with all the revenue coming off of social media that they cannot go out here and eliminate the homeless problem? Well, it boils down to one thing. GREED, commonly referred to as greed. And then also too, tonight we're doing a special edition on Shabaka's Black Experience. I sent you the link, Brother Parris. So, okay, please join us if you can.
Yes,
and yeah, and so therefore, when you all go out there and watch the Super Bowl today, me included, okay, just remember, if it wasn't for the black athletes.
The nigga bowl. This is the nigga bowl. This is the FBA nigga bowl.
Yeah, yes, sir. You know what I'm saying? And you mean to tell me that out of the NFL, and you trying to tell me that these retired players, you know, some of the great ones now, okay, cannot pool their resources, man, and form our own league, man, and shut them down, as I stated before, with the talent level that we have at the high school level, at the collegiate level, and at the pro level. I'm quite sure is that the market would still go over to see, you know, our black athletes play due to the talent level, and the NFL should crumble within 5 years. Because what they would have to do is that they would have to start going to their resources, deplete them. You see what I mean? Okay. So, and what it is, you know, with the situation with Tyree Nichols, Rodney King, Eula Love, Paul Childs, Eric Gardner, Breonna Taylor. I mean, it goes on and on and on now, is where a lot of us are losing track of how many of our people are being murdered by the police. Okay.
None of them motherfuckers stood up to defund the police. None of them. I'm the only one that raised my hand and stood up and said I would defund the fucking police. Fuck the police. But we're getting
pretty much
that took place at Regis, Shabaka. So now Kwame, the CEO of Tattered Cover, the same people that we were protesting on the mall years back for supporting the camping ban and paying into the downtown Denver partnership.
Okay. Officer,
a firefighter, you can no longer live in Denver, Colorado. As the son of a teacher, that's absolutely unacceptable. We've got to go into each of our neighborhoods and understand.
In front of a bunch of white people with a few coons sprinkled in.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to watch this shit. I filmed the whole thing, Shabaka, and I have to watch this shit from the sidelines.
No, man. See, that's injustice right there. Well, once again,
the whole time, Shabaka, I had to stand the whole time. It was only in the room. They had people in overflow.
The treachery of the species. Yeah, the treachery.
They let a black man stand up, and he's a motherfucking candidate. You let him stand up the whole motherfucking time. Shame on you, fucking Regis.
It has security around me the whole time.
Yeah, if I was there, we would have got arrested. We really would have.
Okay.
That's the only time the police
Okay,
show up.
so in other words,
in the same room.
okay, so what it means is, okay, with you being a mayoral candidate, the security was there for your protection, right?
Right. No, because he fit the description of all the white people.
Of course.
That's all the white people.
I came up in there.
Yeah, that's precisely. Yeah. To see that there was precisely my point that I was making. Just being sarcastic.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying? Of course not. Okay,
I
the
wish
reason
I
being.
wish I would have got it on camera, Shabaka, but the bitch told me, the white bitch, that no, she was like, are you I was like, I'm a candidate, and she's like, right this way,
right,
and I followed her, right, and the dude, the white boy from the R&O, it had to be from the R&O, was like, you're not on the list. And you didn't make the ballot.
You're not on the list. And you didn't make the ballot. Okay, but you still paid your fees to run for mayor, right? So now you're doing a write-in campaign, right?
It don't cost nothing to run for mayor.
Oh, okay.
You just follow at the Lexus division, and there you go. You're a candidate.
Okay, and I take it that you did do this. I'm quite sure you did.
Yeah, of course.
I did that back April 4, 2022.
You were one of the first. Okay. All righty. So therefore, it just goes to show the hypocrisy of the situation. Oh, yeah. And it just goes to show the hypocrisy of the situation. And once again, they're welcome to call in at 6 p.m. Pacific time today. 7 p.m. Mountain Time today, 8 p.m. Central Time today, 9 p.m. Eastern Time today, and the number once again to call is 516-418-5996. And we're still waiting on you Biden supporters, you know what I'm saying? And we only heard from one, and it's a gentleman that we respect very, very much. Who said he went out there and voted for Biden. And of course, as he had stated, paraphrasing the brother, is that he wished he had not. Now, with the dump regime, trying to make a comeback, and I think what's going to happen is, I don't think the dump himself is going to make it, but it's going to be one of his supporters and or sympathizers that's going to make it.
Yep.
And I'm figuring who it's going to be is the current governor of Florida.
Yeah, it's going to be the
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, the current governor of Florida. And then, too, as we know, is that in a great state of Mississippi, as we spoke about last night, they're having a white-only legislative body, or yes, sir. Yeah, you see, so we want to. They're doing South Africa. Oh, you mean like they? Okay, you mean like how they do in South Africa?
Yes.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And so, therefore, please get the digital flyer up. I'm going to be sharing it, throughout the Super Bowl, is because we all dig the human drama of athletic competition.
It's gladiator game. It's gladiator game.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And then also, too, I did confirm what you was telling me, off the air, Brother Parris, about they played the Pro Bowl in flag football.
Yes. I had never seen nothing like it, Shabaka. I was like, really?
And as we all know, is that the Pro Bowl is the all-star game of the NFL. You get a whole lot of guys in the NFL, man, that get extra perks just for making it to the Pro Bowl.
They didn't even play the full 100 yards. They paid 50 yards, half field.
What?
Yeah, it was weird. It's
Man,
really weird.
if they're gonna wear flags, man, then they might as well go there to Hollywood and join Billy Porter, man, and get up on the stage, man. That's redundant. Do you know what I'm saying? That is just absolutely redundant. You know what I'm saying? It really
looking
is.
at the screen,
Yes, sir.
would you think this person is black or white?
Who, this
I don't know,
dude here
he
up
got
on the
a bald
screen?
head.
Okay, well, what it was is, okay, so what happened is that if slavery was still the law of the land, his black ass was qualified.
That motherfucker be on the auction block.
Period. Period. Everything else is bullshit. Okay. Once again, they're urinating on us, telling us it's rain. You see what I'm saying? Okay. So, they really kill me with this is because the dumbing down effect, as we quote one of our favorite scholars, the one and only Dr. Frances Cress Welsing, before her passing 50 years ago, she did write and predict these things happening, and boy, and she was right on. You know what I'm saying? She really was. She was right on. And then, of course, they don't want us having this type of knowledge is because now we're supposed to be in the mindset is that a grown-ass man can go out there and say that he's a woman and we're supposed to respect him as a woman. Get the fuck out of here. That's an insult to my intelligence. They have their human rights, they have their civil rights, but no man has a right to come up to me talking about that he's a woman because this fool cannot menstruate, he cannot ovulate, he cannot bear children.
In certain states, Shabaka, that's considered a hate crime.
Oh, yeah. San Francisco County is one of them, and I'm quite sure the whole state of California is going to be with that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So where's old Cop Mala at on that one?
She's right on board with it. That's where she's at.
Yeah, exactly. You see what I'm saying? It's just downright crazy.
But
it's downright crazy.
We got to get back to the debate, Shabaka.
Oh, yes, sir. Absolutely.
How we can put workforce housing, exactly as Dominic said, 60 to 120% AMI. These housing...
That is not affordable. 60 to 120% AMI. That means you got to make like at least $50,000. At the very least, $50,000 a year.
Wow, that's incredible.
The AMI is $82,000. The average income for Denver is $82,000.
Wow.
For one person, for one person, not for a family, not for two people, for one person, $82,000.
Jesse, you know you got the Zoom coming up.
Oh shit, I do. I'm about to run the show, Lady Che. The next two topics are the Unhoused Neighbor and the Super Bowl.
Oh, okay. All righty. So with our Unhoused Neighbors.
Hurry up and make it go faster, cuz. Come on.
Should be subsidized by the city to influence developers to get it done. And coordination with our neighborhoods. Thank you.
Thank you. Next candidate will join us for, any rebuttals? Next candidate will join us for this question is Renata Behrens. Renata, again, the question, what steps should be taken to make housing more attainable for the missing middle, those earning between $60,000 and $80,000 a year? Of course. What steps should be taken to make housing more attainable for the missing middle, those earning $60,000 to $80,000 a year?
I cannot influence the earnings, but I have some ideas about creating apartments. We have many very old brick buildings, factories or something like that. And it's an easy take to make apartments out of that. And for the young people in Denver, I would like to change the rules about mother-in-law apartments so that everybody who has enough ground can add 1 or 2 apartments to his single home.
Thank you. Any rebuttal?
So she supports ADUs.
Mm-hmm.
The next
What's
candidate
ADU?
question is
Accessible dwelling units.
Oh, okay.
So, like, say you want to expand your garage or you want to build another little house for your aging parent.
Like a mother-in-law house in the back of your house. They got a lot of those in California.
Yeah, particularly up there in Pasadena.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And Altadena as well, too, because all that there used to be orange groves at one time.
She's one of those German, I don't know if she's a Nazi or she's a Jew, but she's German, and she wants to be the mayor of the city, and she got all her signatures at Windsor Gardens.
Mm. Okay.
Yeah, but that's good ideas. None of them are like racist.
No, she's real humanitarian.
Yeah.
And she's like 80 years old.
Mm-hmm.
She's 80 years old and trying to run for mayor?
Yep.
Well, I guess that's her legal right, unless, of course, they got an age limit there in the city charter with Denver.
No.
Okay.
There is no age limit.
30. At least 30.
It's got to be 30.
Oh, okay.
Come on, Jesse.
We don't practice ageism here.
We just practice racism.
what steps should be taken to make housing more attainable for the missing middle, those earning between 16 and 80,000 a year?
Finally.
Now
I
this
love
fool,
this question.
I know you do. I know you do love that question, Robert Tita. All he do is build house in Shabaka.
So he's a contractor.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So which means is that he's in his own business. His motivation is greed. Okay, which is a capitalistic trait. Okay. Okay. So he's coming up. He's coming up with prepackaged bullshit. Okay.
I don't have much time to really talk about this, but I'm willing to talk
I'm
more
only saying
about
that
it.
because I really can't run the football thing.
You know, you kind of got a gist of it with the ADUs.
Shabaka can run down the whole history of the NFL.
Now the city council is trying to undo and add ADUs
How long are we supposed
citywide.
to be doing this shit? Like, eventually,
Solved the problem 10 years ago.
We're
Here
trying
we
to
are.
keep
Now
our
we got to fix it. Now we have to figure out
At
something
least
else.
2 hours.
And this is just the beginning of.
What time is Shabaka's show? Shabaka, what time is your show?
Any rebuttal?
6 p.m. in the Pacific time, 7 p.m. Mountain time, 8 p.m. Okay, no, the Super Bowl is in the Pacific time zone, as you know. It starts at 3 o'clock.
Middle income housing. Just this past year, I passed the middle income housing authority at the state level.
Oh, look, Leslie up there. I love when Leslie get terrorized.
Teachers. And additionally, we put in over $700 million at the state level into affordable housing. But Denver has refused to come to the table to
I'll
pull
just
down
do
those
it on
dollars.
the phone, babe.
In fact, we have created communities in mountain
So I'll
towns
just leave it
for our
running. I'll just
snowplow
go to the
drivers, so they had
bathroom or
somewhere to
something.
live while they were doing their jobs. But we can't do that here in Denver. It's unacceptable.
You
and we
focus
can
on
change
that, Jesse. This is the communication workers.
Hold on, somebody calling me. Hold the
I know
fort.
it's
It's
tough
the
rules.
anchorman.
16 candidates. It's hard to get through. We only have the room to 8:30.
I'm telling you, Black family, I will not going to be doing these questionnaires for my health, okay?
I don't
Questionnaires benefit the mayoral campaign, and he think I'm playing. I am not playing.
$80,000 a year.
He needs to be focused.
Housing is unaffordable right now in our city.
This the neo-Nazi Nazi Shabaka. This the goddamn neo-Nazi.
Okay.
Fucking neo-Nazi.
Oh,
He
the
didn't even have.
skinhead, huh?
He's not a fair elections candidate. He shouldn't have even been up there.
Wow.
Yeah,
Want to
real
talk
life
about some
Nazi.
white privilege?
That's
That
what I was talking about.
motherfucker, and
Judy,
he wear that
focus.
same goddamn shirt. He just like me with Chase. Wear the same goddamn shirt.
Wow.
Every time you see him, he got the same goddamn shirt and pants on, and boots on, or shoes
No,
on.
man. Wow. It sounds like he's homeless himself if he can't change his wardrobe.
No, this motherfucker is bankrolling. He designs gates for storages.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Fucking neo-Nazi. He talking about we need to enforce the camping ban. Shabaka, it's like 3 sweeps a week. How is the camping ban
That's
not
too much. Okay, and then what it needs to be is audited about how much the city is spending on that with the sweeps, how much it costs, for them to remove the stuff, how much it costs the city
at least
for having
20,
a police officers
at
out there.
least 20 to 40,000, Shabaka. Every time they do
Okay, is that a week? Oh, okay, so that's per sweep, 20 to 40,000.
And they have areas, me and Lady Che know, that are permanent sweep spots. So you can be swept anytime. With no
so which means is each time they do a sweep, per 100 sweeps, cost the city of Denver $2 million.
Yeah.
Okay, so therefore they cannot take half of that $2 million, which is $1 million, and go up there and subcontract, man, with all those hotels up there along Colfax and up and down Monaco, if I recall.
Now they're starting to do
that. Okay, now they're starting to do that. It's very, very interesting of how this same procedure is coincidental with Angeltown with it.
Yeah, but we don't have time to get
very
into it.
interesting.
We gotta finish the debate.
Okay.
Living in Platt Park, who's commuting from 45 minutes out of town every day. She can drop her kids off at school to make it to work on time. As mayor, I will fix the broken permitting department. As mayor, I will make sure we get rid of regulations that are adding costs to building new housing. As mayor, I will make sure that we are appropriately using our zoning decisions and not letting corruption and money get in the way in the process. I will fight for our future to make
Corruption
sure.
and money, motherfucker, you self-funded. His daddy or mama owns Saphira. Yeah. Is that how you pronounce it, babe? Saphira clothing or some shit. His parent Parris is a CEO of a massive company. I believe it's a clothing company.
Wow.
He can just self-fund himself $500,000. $500,000.
Wow.
Stop hitting the weed, Lady Che. We got a shoulder though. She hitting the blunt I left. Where did you go? Oh, that's a show from yesterday. Oh, we lost our viewers. No comments yet. It's been real quiet. Everybody must be fixated on the bowl.
Yeah. Yeah, because I made a post up on Facebook, man, about an hour ago, man, and they told me it went against their community standards. You know what I'm saying? So they tore it down.
On Black History Month. Damn.
Yeah. Because somebody was playing a song. What's that one there? What was that crew? It was a theme song, and what was that? New Jack City. And what was the name of that crew? The song it, the white crew that sung it. So I said, these is culture vultures stealing our resources again. And, then it came out the gay area well, this year, is offensive. Oh, blah, 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 blah. With their prepackaged bullshit, So they keying on you. They keying on Lady Che.
Hold on. This motherfucker said, like, people like my family can survive or can thrive. He talking about white people.
Right. Yeah.
Nobody but white.
Yeah.
Nobody but white.
Yeah.
No other color. There is no inclusivity with this motherfucker. He is strictly white. He is pro-white.
Yeah.
Neo-Nazi.
Yeah. 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 Another DeSantis. Yeah.
Self-funded. The only Republican in the race, Shabaka.
Wow.
It's two in the race. One is a write-in. I don't know if he filed to run as a write-in, but one is a write-in and the other one is this bastard.
Come on.
Wow.
Rebuttal.
That is incredible.
Oh, excuse me, Renetta, did you have a rebuttal?
Oh, Renetta.
Okay, go ahead.
That's incredible.
There is a question from the people who work here in Denver. So we can ask the employers to create apartments for their employees. In Europe, it is being done for a long, long time, and the employers have to do their part too. Thank you.
You don't like that, Shabaka? The employees pay for housing?
The employees pay for the house.
No.
And the only thing they do is go.
The employers pay for the housing.
Okay.
For their employees.
Wow.
Look, I'm going to tap out your shirt.
Why are you tapping out?
Because I'm tired. I'm tired.
You got to get through this. This is what you want to talk about.
Yeah, but I've already been through it. Like, let's move it along. Like, there's all these other off-brands. What the fuck are they talking about?
Moving on to the last question on the affordable housing topic. Our first candidate to join us for this question is Mike Johnston. Mike, if he allows, would you support rent control measures? If so, which types and why? If not, why not?
Thank you. I don't think rent control is the right answer to this problem. I'll tell you what I think is the right answer to this problem is what we can do is we can build 25,000 permanently affordable units in this city. And what that means is that anybody who lives in one of those units never has to pay more than 30% of their income to rent. And that means your rent never goes up unless your income goes up. But you can finance those through Proposition 123, which I passed at the ballot last year. What we also know we need to do is make sure that we can speed up the permitting process, make it be done in 90 days. We can help people get access to home ownership through down payment assistance, and we can make sure we keep rents down long-term with this proposal.
Thank you.
A lot of this shit we already got.
Oh, I got an idea.
Rebuttal?
I got an idea.
Our Kamala Harris, here go our Kamala Harris, Shabaka.
Oh, God.
Absolutely.
And I just finished eating, too.
Rent stabilization. As rents are going up year after year, renters don't have rights to stop that. What we hear are the voices of the apartment association lobby and also the real estate lobby in trying to keep rents not regulated. So, I used to be able to afford a 2-bedroom apartment when I was a single parent. That is not a reality here for people today. So we need to do more for renters.
Thank you, Ms. Calderon.
Yeah, she was a.
Does this broad still live with her kids?
She was a welfare queen back in the day, Shabaka.
Is that right? Is that right? Why am I not surprised?
Come on.
Kill me. Why am I not surprised? You know what I'm saying? Is because, the nonsense that they have with these prepackaged BS folks is incredible. It really is. It really is.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Our next
it's incredible.
is Chris Hansen. Chris, if state law allows, would you support any form of rent control measures? If so, which types and why? If not, why not?
Yeah, that's me. You see with my hands, that's me. Where the cameraman is, next to me.
Yeah.
You see the hand go, that was me.
Thank you. I don't believe rent control is the answer, and here's why. We are 40 to 60,000 units behind in Denver right now.
Parents, that is not a reality here for people today. So we need to do more for renters.
Thank you, Lisa Calderon. Further rebuttal? Our next candidate answering the...
So there's the camera people right next to them.
This question is Chris Hansen. Chris, if state law allows, would you support any form of rent control measures? If so, which types and why? If not, why not?
Oh, no.
Yeah, thank you. I don't believe rent control is the answer, and here's why. We are 40 to 60,000 units behind in Denver right now. We are massively behind in being able to have accessible and rent control in every city that's been used in immediately stops the creation of new supply. It stops investment. Instead, I want to do...
Stops business. No more business as usual.
What we did with the state government last year, put in $700 million to help incentivize new development, make sure it's affordable, make sure we get these projects done, and fix the permitting backlogs in Denver. That's how we catch up. That's how we help people find housing.
Thank you. Rebuttal? Terrence Ross, rebuttal?
Where's the $750 million going to come from? Because it cannot come from our public. It cannot come from our public safety budget or from our general fund.
Chris, you may choose his rebuttal.
Man, defund the police. Take all the money up out of that public safety, because that ain't nothing but a fancy way of saying more money for the cops. Okay?
Exceptional, once in a lifetime opportunity with federal and state money for us to accelerate new housing. And here's the great news. We use a small amount of public money to leverage a huge amount of private investment. And that's where we get 20-to-1 ratios. That's how we catch up. That's how we address this huge supply issue that has pushed up prices for everybody in the city. That's, I think, the best plan to go forward. Thanks.
Thank you. Further rebuttal? Moving forward, next candidate for this question is Kelly Bruff. Kelly, if state law allows, would you support any form of rent control measures?
She's smart
rent control hasn't worked in any city who's tried it yet, so I would not. Instead, what I would focus on is we have serious office space downtown that we need to transition to residential. I would incentivize that transition and bring on large numbers of units that can impact price and help stabilize rent. In addition, since I still have time, I would build on publicly owned property for sale condos so the missing middle hardworking families would get the chance to own in our city and begin to build wealth again.
Thank you. Rebuttal? Well, candidate for this question, Aurelio Martinez. Aurelio, if state allows, would you support any form of rent control measures?
Well, yes, I agree that there has to be some form of rent control. Rent control has to be in a form when the city contracts with developers, when they want to get the incentives, we have numbers where they have to have affordable housing in their development. We have to also have rent control within that development for a certain percentage, so that the renters could go in there and not be outraised, have high rents where they can't afford to live there. There has to be a cap in that situation. Yes.
Thank you, Aurelio. Rebuttal? Mike Johnston?
I think there's one other very important thing we can do for renters, which is what we want to do is help renters build wealth so they can actually become homeowners. So what I would do in these 25,000 affordable units build is when those renters pay their rent every month, instead of putting that money into the pockets of out-of-state investors, we actually change the financing so that money can go back into the pockets of renters. That means every time you're paying the rent, you're actually saving $100 that goes back into a savings account. You can use to either prepare for a down payment, to put a kid through college, to open a small business. We have to build a bridge for renters to go from renting to owning, and that's what I do as mayor.
Thank you. That's Mike Johnston. Further rebuttal? Lisa? Lisa Calderon with her next rebuttal.
Rent control doesn't exist in a vacuum. It has to be part of an entire transfer of wealth system. So in addition to rent control, we also need the good paying jobs. We need union jobs. We need protections for workers from retaliation. So we need to look at the whole system. No, rent control alone can't do it, but when it's part of transformational policies to shift wealth and racial inequities, then absolutely it can work.
Racial inequities.
Wow. That's crazy.
That's our Kamala Harris.
Yeah, that's insane.
Any other rebuttal? Okay. We'll be moving on to our next topic, fresh set of questions and fresh order of candidates. The next topic is homelessness. The first candidate for the first question will, and actually before we ask the question, let me just one point of order that I should announce to our audience. There is a 17th candidate on the ballot. An invitation was issued to Al Gardner. He is not with us today. So while we advertised for 17, we thought we'd have 17, we have 16. And that's the reason we have an empty chair on the stage.
No, you have an empty chair because I'm supposed to be fucking up there. That's why you have an empty chair.
Right. Right. Okay.
This is our next topic. Our first question, the first candidate to answer will be Andy Rougeau. Andy, our first question is, what are the most important steps the city of Denver can take to address mental health needs of the unhoused?
So homelessness is out of control in our city. We've seen the nearly doubling of unsheltered homeless in the past 4 years. We need to enforce our camping ban. We need to enforce our camping ban to get people...
Enforce it. It's already being enforced. This is the type of shit we got to deal with, Shabaka.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
We're dealing with severe...
And this bastard nobody allowed to speak because he's not a fair elections candidate. He opted out of it. He's self-funded.
Okay, just like Ross Perot when he was running for president, man, and let me see, what was that, man? And the dude couldn't even make his mind up, man, if he had wanted the damn job or not. I forgot who he was going up against, but he did crumb bomb on the two-party system of which he did, and he didn't make it. You know what I'm saying, and what have you. But it is what it is because they already know who, that they're going to do it. Well, this is mainly at the presidential level, but still you need to get involved.
They already know.
Yeah. And this is why you got to have more involvement, at the local level, myself included. You see, it's because...
Selection. Which one of these 17 to 20 people are we going to go for?
Yeah. And that shows one thing, though, with the amount of people running, that definitely goes to show there is a sense of urgency there in the city of Denver for that. Is because if you got a high turnout at the local level, now this is just a theory. If you got a high turnout at the local level, man, then that means that something is very, very serious.
Wrong.
I think they had a high level. The exact opposite.
No, I say it's wrong. Something is wrong.
Okay, something is wrong with what?
With Denver. With the leadership
of
Denver.
Okay. Okay. All right.
If you have that many people in the same office, they ain't never seen nothing like this in like 40 years.
Wow. Okay, and then, not changing the subject, Brother Parris, I'm looking here at my inbox, man, and then we're getting this stupid stuff again from Silicon Valley about these dating things here. Some individuals
we
talking
don't
about they
have
want
time
to
to
force
go into
it.
it, Shabaka. We
All
got
right, moving right along. Absolutely, yes, sir.
Mental health or severe drug addiction issues into the service they need. When I walk to the park behind my house with my 3-year-old in my arms, we will see a man with his pants around his ankles using his restroom. It is not compassionate to let that happen. It's not compassionate to step over someone sitting in a tent in the streets. The compassionate thing to do is to get those people into the mental health and drug addiction service they need in our shelter system. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, because they're all crazy and drug addicts.
Yeah. Yeah, and if you have that, man, that's just going on to show that there's definitely a social ill. But me personally, as we stated before,
Aurelio Martinez. Aurelio, the
only
question
Republican in the race.
what are the most important steps the city of Denver can take to address the mental health needs of the unhoused?
Well, first of all, we have to make our mental health facilities accountable. We need to make sure that they're doing their job and they're not just doing mental issues come in every stages. A person can get in a fight with their wives, they can get a divorce, they can lose a family member, and they have mental issues. We have to be able to treat mental illness effectively and efficiently. If not, we have to get new facilities for Denver. Thank you.
Thank you. Aurelio Martinez. Rebuttal. The next candidate to join us for this question is Chris Hansen. Chris, the question is, what are the most important steps the city of Denver can take to address the mental health needs of the unhoused?
This is a moment for Denver to really take stock of where we are with our response to the homelessness crisis. And the mental health issue is a big piece of that, of course, addiction issues as well. This is a moment to really reevaluate. We're going to spend $250 million, $250 million this year on different aspects of responding to this crisis. And we're seeing a negative result. The numbers are getting worse in our streets, not better. So this is a moment to reevaluate, use evidence-based programming and budgeting like I've done at the state level to make sure we're spending.
That's Lisa's shit. They're just stealing each other's ideas.
Okay.
That's what Lisa do at the city level.
Mm-hmm.
She got a vendetta because she want her contract back that she had for the reentry.
Okay.
She running for mayor. That's a spite Hancock.
Okay.
Like in 2019, she had that Time's Up shit with that Me Too shit.
Right. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Our money very carefully and with effect, and we absolutely have to enforce Denver's camping ban to make progress. Thank you.
Have you ever been to a suite, motherfucker? Enforce the camp?
Yeah, it's nothing nice. Yeah, it is nothing nice.
These people are talking about enforcing the camping ban. It's already being enforced.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Rebuttal. Leslie.
Thank you. You know, I think a lot of folks are talking about what we can do around, or that we need more mental health instead of talking about what we've done to create more mental health. I'm proud to have created Caring for Denver, the state's largest mental health organization now in the state of Colorado, giving out over $100 million worth of mental health and substance misuse services for those in Denver who need them. In our program, and the folks that we have funded, 86% of people have not returned to prison or the streets when they get services. That's what we need to do. Additionally, I worked with others in this room to create STAR, Support Team Assisted Response.
Yeah, others in this room, including my goddamn self.
Mm-hmm.
That's because you got checked at that one debate.
Yeah, at the first one. They keep lying, talking about this is the first debate. That's a goddamn lie. They had one at Gosman Elementary.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Cold.
Yeah, the hypocrisy is real.
It's Leslie Herod. For the
rebuttal.
Ortega has a rebuttal. Ooh. Y'all enjoy. I'm in the waiting room.
Debbie, I'm sorry, you're out of rebuttals.
Because they were against me.
I know it's an imperfect process, but it's 16 candidates. We do our best. Jim Walsh with rebuttal.
I think this issue has to begin with ending blaming of unhoused people for their situation.
Yes.
So how can we help the mental health of people who are unhoused? We can stop sweeping them. We can stop penalizing them.
Right.
We can stop jailing them.
Yeah.
We can invite unhoused voices to the tables that make policy.
That's what I'm here for, baby.
I like it,
Thank you, Jim Walsh, for the rebuttal. Trinidad Rodriguez.
Oh my God.
Okay. Request pulled. Any further rebuttal?
Okay. I got a
candidate
question.
We don't have time to.
You can change the divorce laws. It's a weaker part in every
Okay, they
divorce.
connected me, y'all. I gotta go.
Homelessness is
Hey, I can't run it from there. You gotta shut it down so I can share it or something. And I'm over this. Like, I'm so over it. I'm over the debate. Yes.
Well, Tyler Drew. Leslie in the house.
What?
Hello. Good afternoon.
Stop sharing it so I can share it. You're not even ready. Stop sharing your screen. Stop sharing it. Stop sharing so I can do it.
Yeah, that's cool.
Stop sharing so I can do it. All right, bet. Go on. Go, Jesse.
They're giving us 2 minutes.
Well, go. You got this. Go.
Well, as you can see right here, that I tried to share the episode that we did, State of the Union of Black America, and I tried to boost it here on the like page, and I just want everybody to see right here where it says it was rejected.
All right. Hold on a second.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Then in the meantime, I'm going to start reading our man here, Freddie D. And as you can see, he's got quite a long story right here. And they say, Frederick Douglass, you know what I'm saying? And whatnot. And this book here was the winner of the Pulitzer Prize, Frederick Douglass, Prophet of Freedom, David W. Blacc.
Is it sharing?
It's starting, babe.
Is it sharing? Shabaka.
I'm sending you links.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Or they just throwing a monkey wrench in the works again.
Jesse, make it so I can share. Make it so. There you go. Okay.
Yeah.
Now get on, cuz. Get on.
All right.
Bye. All right. Okay, so family, I'm gonna have to go ahead and stop Jesse with that debate, because the debate is just it don't really go nowhere. Fact is that we should only watch debates with Jesse actually being able to talk, but since he wasn't, we move past it. Everybody's talking the same old shit. Okay, they said shit. I could roll this beautiful beat footage back 4 years and show you that at least 4 of them candidates are saying the same bullshit they've been saying. So now I'm gonna move you back to 9 News. And hold on a sec. Hold on, okay. All right, you can see it, Shabaka, right? All right.
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
I see what you got going. Okay.
Now this is the Nazi. Well, I like to call him a Nazi. I wrote on this thing when he put out a commercial that we weren't going to do that here in Denver.
Obviously false claims. Andy Rougeau, a Republican who's put $500,000 of his own money into the race, is campaigning on some statements that are really easily debunked.
My name is Andy Rougeau, and I'm running for mayor to fight for Denver's future.
But mayoral candidate Andy Rougeau is currently in a battle with the truth. In just one recent interview on George Brockler's talk radio show, Rougeau racked up a whopping 7 false claims.
Because when you look at me versus all the other candidates who are all sort of career politicians, the difference is I am the only person who's saying I will enforce the campaign ban.
That's not true. Rougeau packed 2 falsehoods into one sentence. He's not the only candidate in the race who isn't a career politician. Not even close. Of the 17 candidates for Denver mayor, 2/3 of them are new or relatively new to politics. Rougeau's claim that he's the only candidate saying he'll enforce the camping ban is also not true. Here are the candidates at a recent event raising their hands to say they'd enforce it. Here it is in bold print in candidate Chris Hansen's homelessness plan. Here's candidate Trini Rodriguez talking about expanding enforcement of the camping ban.
Whether they're ready for it or not.
Rougeau then dropped another whopper.
Because I'm the only candidate with actual business experience in this race.
Candidate Kelly Brough ran the Denver Metro Chamber of Commerce. Candidate Kwame Spearman is the CEO of Tattered Cover Bookstores. Candidate Thomas Wolf is an investment banker. Candidate Aurelio Martinez has run a restaurant and a business center. Candidate Robert Trita is a developer.
No, I've owned and operated a business in Denver for 27 years, building residential homes and commercial projects.
Speaking of building, Rougeau constructed another false claim that people who have built homes are waiting a year for a certificate of occupancy to move in.
Yeah, a year of people waiting for a stamp from the government to be able to move into a home that's already finished.
That's not true. Denver does have big delays getting building projects approved. But once the build is finished, Community Planning and Development says the final sign-off and certificate of occupancy, that comes in 1 or 2 business days. Rougeau also falsely blamed Denver's pedestrian deaths on jaywalking by people experiencing homelessness.
When we're having a spike of pedestrian deaths, mostly caused by homeless individuals cutting across busy streets.
The medical examiner statistics show that most pedestrians killed in 2022 were not homeless. Same for 2021 and 2020. The statistics Rougeau cited as pedestrian deaths include other causes of death mixed in, like suicides and falls. Rougeau's wildest claim involves Denver's matching funds for political campaigns.
So I'm proud I'm the only candidate who is not taking that funding.
That's not true. There are 4 candidates who are not getting the matching funding. Rougeau claimed without offering any evidence that there are mayoral candidates who are paying themselves salaries out of those funds. Denver election says that would violate campaign finance.
Hey, look, I'm going to say that part is probably true.
Salaries.
They just don't want to admit it. That part right there is probably true. That would be the type of corruption that would happen in our city government. And of course, the elections division isn't going to fucking admit to some crazy shit like that because they're just going to say, oh, that's misinformation, whatever. But I'm pretty sure these motherfuckers would not be, they got to pay their volunteers. Those people are not paid. Those volunteers are not volunteers. Volunteers means you do it for free. You do it out the kindness of your heart. These motherfuckers, clearly, that's why we didn't have a team. We couldn't afford to pay for volunteers. Does that make sense?
Right.
So therefore,
it makes a whole lot of sense.
We're poor. We're under the fucking the poverty line. So we couldn't afford to pay for a team when they're like, oh well, we didn't talk about me. Talk about we want Black volunteers that believe in the Black agenda, right? You talk about motherfuckers said clearly to our face in church, right? We use a church with when Master P came out. Clearly say if you have some money, they'd be more than happy to volunteer. That's a job. I'm not the smartest player in the box, but that is a fucking job. Volunteer is
it is.
Free. If I gotta pay you, I'm paying you for a gig. You a gig worker now. Like, come on now.
Yeah.
Common sense.
Yeah, paying you for paying you for your labor,
Yeah, you're a worker.
Exactly.
You're a worker, B. You're not a volunteer.
From there.
But however, you do have
salaries off of the matching funds.
Go ahead, Shabaka. I'm listening. Go ahead, Shabaka.
Yeah, but however, you do have what they call paid volunteers. So instead of it being a salary or compensation, they'll call it a stipend.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. We couldn't afford the stipend. We could barely afford to feed ourselves. We had where we go
Right, I
for the
understand.
whole month. Me and Jesse go the whole month, and probably like towards the last week or so, we have to stretch our funds, and that's because we both are assistants. But like when I'm at Jesse's house, I'll be at Jesse's house for like a week or so, maybe sometimes like a week, and he'll go ahead and even though we're a couple, he'll use his resources to provide for me. That's what men do, right? And then when he's at my house, which he's never at my house more than like a day or two, but when he's at my house, or if I've been over there and my shit comes like later in the month, my shit comes like a couple of days after his. I will go ahead and be like, here. I was like, here, man, go ahead, take this, and go replenish your refrigerator because you done fed me the whole week I was there. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna go back to my house for like a week or so we could separation a little bit because I'll be on his ass like So I'll be like, go ahead and replenish your house, and I'm gonna take my shit home. I got me and my baby brother here that we gotta eat during the week, and my baby brother don't
Right.
you know what I mean? But towards the end of the month, I'm always on the low because it's like two people on one food income. He's like one person, but he take care of me when I'm there, and I'm there damn near 3-4 days out of a week. See what I'm saying?
Right.
So I gotta give back. We're barely taking care of each other. How the fuck were we supposed to live? And pay a stipend to a volunteer for their time. It's like it was really difficult. And then we were supposed to have help, but everybody flaked out. That's the thing I be telling Jesse. Like he'll be like some days because that'll bother him or whatever. You manage to get upset and be like, well, we don't have no friends. Well, look, man, we don't have no friends because this is my thing. If you show fucked up tendencies, or you're not there when he's there for you, and you don't show reciprocation, or you're a flake and you don't show up, or you pick fights with other people that are on the team, not me, but other people, and you decide that you can't handle their answers and you tap out, that has no reflection on me. If I tell him the truth, hey, look, they're on some other shit, stop fucking with them. And that's because I genuinely give a fuck. And you shouldn't be around people who don't give a fuck about you. You shouldn't be around people that don't have your best interests at heart or don't love you enough to say, okay, I'm going to do this for you and stick with it. You know what I mean? Or have ultimately other excuses and shit. So it's not my fault that your friends suck. That's why I don't have any friends. I got like 4 friends and they don't suck. You know what I mean? They actually do what they say they're going to do. Stand on their shit. They show up when I show up. It's reciprocal, back and forth. And as a group, Black people, if somebody does something for you, be reciprocal when they need it. Like just there are people, like even like some people are running for certain positions. He was there for them their whole fucking election. But when it came for him, I gotta run my own race. I gotta do this. All right, bitch. All right. Eventually you're gonna want to be a career politician. You need help. Don't fucking ask for shit. You know what I mean? Yeah, he lucky.
Yeah, well, actually, what they need to do is that the U.S. Congress needs to pass a law, and I don't know because I've never studied constitutional law, but Jesse would know more about this than me, is that the U.S. Congress should pass a law setting aside federal funds, for those who are doing grassroots campaigns in municipal elections. Now, what do I mean by this? Okay, let's look at the state of California. You had Arnold Schwarzenegger about the turn of the century, it was either 2002, wait a minute. It was either 2000 or 2002, where California had elected a governor by the name of Gray Davis. Arnold Schwarzenegger had financed a campaign for the recall of Gray Davis. And they recalled Gray Davis, and Arnold Schwarzenegger became the governor. Now, in my opinion, repeat. In my opinion, celebrities should not be running for political office. is because they have an unfair advantage over, the average person who wants to run for political offices, because if this here is supposed to be these political offices for the people, okay, a celebrity is above the level of the people just on his financial status. You see what I mean? And then of course, he would go out, use his imagery, use his public figure status, that way there he gets votes. So really the deck is stacked against a legitimate person, who wants to run for political office. And I'll even go so far as to say from the U.S. president all the way down to the person who has to be elected dog catcher at the local level. You see what I'm saying? It's because if it's supposed to be ran by the people, then it's supposed to be ran by the people, not a whole bunch of rich fat cats. But there's just my opinion on that. You see what I mean? That there's just my opinion. You see? So what's our next topic, Lady Che?
I'll finish this again. So he over there lying. And Kyle Clark in 9 News, Kyle Clark, a whole villain for this. But I'm glad he pulled it out.
Joe wouldn't tell us who he's talking about, so we went through every
Right.
campaign's expense reports.
He tried to say
Nothing there.
they would
Rougeau
prove it,
then
right?
told us the money's
But I
being
don't think he's
hidden
lying
through
about
payroll
that particular
companies.
part.
Both
I think,
campaigns
but
used a
conspiracy
payroll
brain-
company provided
but
copies of
conspiracy
their
theory
payroll
brain
forms
is
for us
saying
to
he does tell
examine.
the truth.
We
Somebody-
found
because somebody
no
probably
evidence
admitted it,
to back up
or
Rougeau's
is
claim.
totally gossiping and
The
shit.
Department says it would investigate if he wants to name names and
Yeah.
put it in writing.
Yeah.
We should acknowledge that is one of the longest fact check segments that we have ever had on 9 News. We've been fact checking political candidates in Colorado for years.
This is the longest one. All right. Now you want to do? I just want to highlight one little thing.
Yeah.
I want to highlight this one little thing that I really want to show the people that Jesse and I, well, mostly Jesse, has been doing the work. And people remember this because it's so important. It's so goddamn important. Hold on a second. Go ahead, Chewbacca, while I pull it up. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah. So definitely, get Jesse, elected on a write-in basis. I know it's an uphill battle, but just don't give up. Is because the supporters that he had when he was running for city council at large, and when the supporters that he's getting here, running for mayor, then maybe he could try. This is just a suggestion. Then maybe he could try, if he does not make the mayor, to go back to city council at large again. Keep doing it again and again and again until he gets elected, the mayor. So therefore he can make chief executive decisions at the municipal level. And plus that this here will build up his base of support, in the futures. Because see, you guys got one thing I no longer have. That is youth. You see what I mean? Okay, so, he could, keep on going up there doing it, keep making all the public events. He's welcome to, to use the platforms that we got at Chewbacca's Black Experience, Frontline Black News, you know what I mean, to expand what he's doing. And then, of course, as you've been banned, he's been banned, I've been banned, that just simply means that we are getting somewhere. And we're going to keep pushing that narrative. And then I'm going to have to go, Lady Che, because I got to start prepping for Chewbacca's Black Experience special edition.
Go ahead, Chewbacca. Close out real quick. I'm going to show the people something, then I'll close out too here shortly.
Sure. Okay.
Is that your, do you want to do your closing statement real quick?
Yes, ma'am. Get Jesse Parris elected mayor of Denver because he's the only one there. Go out, vote for Jesse. Also, to all those people who are running for mayor, I want to know where you guys at every Sunday when Jesse goes out there and takes care of the senior citizens over there at their Dahlia apartment. And I've seen them do it in the rain. I've seen them do it in the snow. I've seen them doing it in the blazing heat. But you other Denver candidates are in the office. We don't see you out there. So I am highly questioning if these other political candidates, other than Mr. Parris, have any regard for the citizens of Denver. But that's just my opinion. You know what I'm saying? And you know what they say about opinions. But however, with me being an old bastard, one thing that I do know is that even in this warped part of the galaxy, 2 + 2 = 4. It does not equal 3. It does not equal 1. It does not equal 5. It equals 4. Elect Jesse Parris on the right end for Denver mayor.
Yeah. All right. Fairly, I'm gonna show this video of me and Jesse 2 years ago at a sweep.
Okay.
And then whenever you're ready, step out. But I'm gonna show it real fast, okay?
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna look at the video, then I'm gonna step out.
All right, Schmugger. Here we go.
Okay.
I
won't even watch it. Doesn't even matter. What the fuck is Vince gotta do? That's the whole point of what we're doing. All right, well, anyway, tell the people that. Baby, tell the people that.
So this is what's going on right now on 22nd and South. They have the street to be blocked off. Yeah, baby's gonna try to film it for y'all. But babe really needs to go to South Street Clinic too.
He would not leave you alone.
Walk in or sign up for an appointment.
That's our priority today. Yeah, we're on our way to the sweep, but that was really, I'm fine. He's so good there. Anyway, I guess I'll stop this beat because obviously no point of recording it. But it's me and the Denver, future mayor of Denver on the way to the doctor instead of on the way to the sweep. So I hate being fucking sick, dude. You don't even know. Always something with me, man. Never get to do nothing fun. I always gotta get this, that. But I don't even know how they're gonna do this shit. Look at this. Back to that before we even go to the clinic. Let's talk about the snow right here. Look, this is fucking snow. Snow. It's snowing. Fucking mayor of Denver decides he wants to still go ahead with the sweep. That nigga ain't got no sense, man. He's just stupid. Like real stupid. Anyway, check me out. How you guys doing? That's me. I'm going to, I guess, a good job. I don't even want to go. Like a little kid. I don't want to go. God. But as you can see, we're heading down south right now.
Having no fun. Yeah, like y'all don't even know. I'm like the first couple.
No.
He refuses to laugh at people. He's like, "You gotta go to the doctor, babe. You gotta go to the doctor." That's all he said for like 5 minutes.
Lots of fucking shit. We're following him.
We're on our way to
right in front of us. Really. There you go. All right. Shouldn't let me do no camera work today. My shit is all over the place. Because I'm in the pirate chair. Look, check me out. Silly. So yeah, on the way to the doctor. Obviously, like that. On the way over there.
It's so cold.
Him.
I give the cold air.
I probably hit this on 3 though. Damn, Trey. That's not playing around. I woke up in this kind of mood, man. I don't know why nobody feels it.
Yeah, I wake up like giggly like that all the time. And just the ugly and be back to be mad again.
Those are shit.
Like that is a joke.
Right, let me out.
Look, okay, now we got to the thing. These are all our friends that we know how to get.
Thank God some volunteers came because they heard me on the last one talking about these motherfuckers ain't got no food, it's warm, nothing warm, it's fucking cold as fuck outside. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm about to roll up on some people. Watch how they roast them outside.
This is like 2 years ago.
Sorry, you won't even play around at all with niggas, man. You're just not in the mood. Terrible. Seriously. Can't play around with Aries, man. Aries, I'm an Aries, and that's all I do for around. Especially on April Fool's. Oh, yeah. Hi. It is cold. How are you guys doing? Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good. No, I'm okay. We're just over here with the mayor, future mayor of Denver. Wait, check it out. That's a serious face. Oh my God.
Like they put up this fence, Sally, and that's what I've been watching every day or every.
Their whole fence. What the fuck is this about?
That's the first time we've seen the
Hi.
fence, and I really couldn't deal with it.
I got a hand warmer though. Yeah, it's fucking cold. My little some pieces.
This is when I used to do videos, Stanley, and used to always have a theme song in the back playing.
Very much so.
Pandora or Facebook
that guy's
started
such a big dick. Overheard me too. Thank you. Love you. Thank you.
I said the mayor's such a big dick. He does.
Look at this shit. They got them sealed up like hostages.
First time I see,
they ain't going nowhere. Look.
I thought that the mayor
terrible.
kidnapped the homeless people. That's what it felt like.
Look at this shit. Look at this shit, man. They got a whole motherfucking fence. Look at this fence. Like they kidnapping homeless people.
Yeah,
that's what it looked like to me.
This is the very
That's
first
what
time I
kidnapping
saw it.
looks like. You know, you stick a motherfucker in a dog cage and shit, like a big ass kennel. That's terrible. Fucking terrible. What up, Rose? How you doing? Yep, we just out here. Live sweep. Okay, thank you for sure. For sure. Oh my God, this is actual coffee. Look.
King.
What
are y'all gonna do? What are y'all gonna do?
She gonna do it, King?
Yeah. I ain't over here.
Hey, does it feel like you got kidnapped right here?
I'm the idiot behind the bus stop.
You smart.
The bus stop over there where y'all?
Don't you feel like you got kidnapped though? This is like a real life kidnapping.
Yeah.
Like just how you put dogs in kennels and shit. Right, let me out. Let me in. Actually, I take that back. Pink faces cheese outside. Don't let me back in. I don't want to go back in. But this is like a real life hostage scene. Don't you feel like a hostage, King? I mean, I'm looking at you like I want to let you out. Like I'm ready to adopt you, dig it? Like a dog. Like you're the kennel. Like we going to Dumb Friends League and shit. I want that one. He's nice looking. Come here, boy. Stop playing. Play entirely too much. This is fucked up.
All the clowns.
It was a lie. She all right? Or you can't get out of the hostage takeover? Are you fenced in for real? Can you get out? I know that's right. Just like 1 foot in and over the fence, you over. No, but they got to exit out here.
Stop me.
Or you got to walk out or walk in.
Over late, a little bit.
Squatting is necessary at this point. I'm just like secretly low key. Everybody just bust in a fucking unabandoned apartment. Take that shit over and fucking call it good. Because this is that bullshit.
Yeah, I'm about.
Where they gonna make you go?
Some shit holding you down. Like you could, like me, if shit. There's been times me and my brother that squatted in a whole bunch of crazy places.
I am digging this look right here you got going on, cuz.
Here we go.
Exactly. There you go. Thank you, baby. Half the person, half the price. I'm only 5 foot tall, so it's definitely be free for me. Is this motherfucker still believing 5-finger discounts, man? I'm like, dude, I needed some clothes. I have no idea.
Yeah, like no, I don't give a fuck. I don't care about Walmart.
I didn't do nothing.
I don't give a fuck about Walmart. I do.
They did move around a lot. I thought when I saw myself in the mirror, I was like,
I do something like
couldn't stop laughing.
Let me play. I think she's still a. Come on, bro. You live in you're in the same.
This is like a real life hostage takeover.
Had
the mayor did this. The mayor Hancock did this. How did you get a hot breakfast, my guy?
You gotta come outside.
Is it because you're gonna be the future mayor? Is that why you got a hot? Look, this motherfucker eating eggs.
Serious? That job is
can
not that serious. They are playing insurance. I don't give a fuck what they say.
No, thank you. About time though. I'm glad they heard me on the last one because this is absolute stupid shit, dude. Huh? Breakfast. Hmm. I'm about to bump some music. Yeah, that is the police car right there. Hold on a second. Adjust my. Gotta adjust my.
Can't stand the police.
Going on.
Oh shit. He was so serious about that.
Don't worry, we get out. Better not take you to jail. Not your fault. Shit, that's crazy. Oh my god. I had to put on gloves, cause. Oh my god. It is horrible. That's fucked up, man. That's all it is, man. That's fucking crazy, dude. Fucking crazy. My honest, true opinion is fuck man and everything you believe in. This right here is fucked up. That's a whole fence behind me, too. Real life fence. Thanks to volunteers and people who come out here, over here,
Alright, so this right here.
Pay that adoption fee or fucking break them out. They in there like a hostage takeover.
I couldn't believe that
Separated us so that we can't be in there filming. Little do you know,
before I did. I
got Zoom.
And I saw the
Filming
fence, I was
anyway.
like, oh my god,
Fuck
man.
you.
Like,
Fuck what you talking about? Look at this shit. A
This is
fence,
like
dude.
hostile.
The only thing missing from this fence is some barbed wire and a fucking padlock. That's all it is, man. That's fucking crazy, dude. Fucking crazy. My honest, true opinion is fuck man and everything you believe in. This right here is fucked up. That's a whole fence behind me, too. Real life fence. Thanks to volunteers and people who come out here, over here, feeding us. How did you get a full breakfast, though, sir? We didn't even make the one we got, huh? Damn, I'm slipping. Look at that shit. Look, he eating. What is he eating? All right, shoddy camera work. That is eggs. Eggs. And they're still steaming.
What I was thinking about is I turned around and Jesse got a whole breakfast. Like,
hell
he
yeah,
had a whole
laser
breakfast
shit.
in his hand. And I'm like, God damn it, dude. Like, everyone
We got the people out here helping us.
And then he wanted to tell me, he's trying to tell me something. I was like,
this is fucking crazy.
He's like, everywhere we go. I turned around, it was like magic. He had a whole bowl of food in his hand. I was like, God, man, you've been sitting here the whole time. Where'd you get food?
Wait, she got cleats on. She was not playing today. It's too dangerous out here fucking walking. She said she's ready to go to jail, though. I'm talking about. What up, guy? Hey. How you doing? I didn't. Hey, do you feel like a kidnapped hostage? Like a whole fence right here. No fun today, huh? I don't think so. Nobody's feeling, man. They're the only motherfucker that's. It's either that or like a fucking dog. I swear to God, dude. I don't know which way to think about this, right? All I can think of is who the fuck. Matter of fact, light a fire. Light a whole fire. Oh, there's an exit right there. I'm about ready. I don't feel like going and doing some investigative journalism right now.
I can't sit still. I had to find out. More. Like, this fence went all the way around.
What's that bullshit? How you guys like my life lessons, okay?
Down one block and then another 4 blocks.
You will. As soon as I hit stretches, man. I'm gonna watch this shit. This shit is fucking horrendous.
It was huge. It was like that light all the way to the next light.
Yeah. Thank you, volunteers. Thank you, everybody, for coming out and helping. You guys are fucking amazing. Too amazing, man. At least you guys have hearts. We get through. Thanks to the beautiful people that came out today. I don't know. What are you guys volunteering, or you guys? Yep. It looks like, in your opinion, does it look like the mayor kidnapped these homeless people? Give a fuck, hit me, nigga.
Everybody like man, they act like hello gave me the dirty ass look. But look.
Okay, so it's Trey. Next mayor of Denver 2023, taking over for the fill-in. Today's talking to one of the case managers from MSU. So, as y'all can see, there's a sweep going on 22nd and Scout. The sweeps have been ruled unconstitutional, but yet the mayor, our current mayor, Hancoon, continues to usher them in. This guy right here, he's the deputy mayor, Evan Dreyer. He should feel ashamed of himself. He should be ashamed of himself. These people have no shame.
There we go. You're so right about that.
I just like sweeping people like trash. It's like, where are people supposed to move along to? Move along to where?
Like in 2020, like 2021.
It's cold as a motherfucker out here, you know. Sweeping people like trash.
It was horrible. It was a horrible time. I thought they're just chopping it up.
Hey, Jess, Grand Risings. I said Grand Risings.
Grand Risings. Are you this fucking
We'll move on. Thank you. Next up, we have Derek Friedman.
Just go ahead and talk, Davey. We're waiting. As we wait for me and you to speak. This is Jesse Parris.
Yeah, next mayor of Denver 2023.
We're on a live chat right now. He says I can't do two things at the same time. I beg to differ. But this is Jesse Parris, future mayor 2023. Fuck Mayor Hancock. Where the city council meet, about to speak on the Denver Unhoused. And we're both going to talk today. So just going to be like 2-part video. See anything you want to say, Jesse, before you get the chance to go the fuck off?
So they must have sent a memo. Stop the goddamn sweeps. I hope by now y'all seen the message to the mayor. It's airing on KS 1075. That was my organization from allies to abolitionists that put that thing together.
Machete wielding criminals. Now,
and thank you for everybody who looked out on the 21st out Park Avenue people. You know, about to go to Facebook jail.
And really, the most tangible difference between
there's tangible, and
now is the
visibility
of the Denver Police Department. I believe that DPD's increased
seduction doll. Welcome. What's up? We're getting out city council speak today. I'm gonna go way off in left field for about 3 minutes. And if not, that's why we're recording it live, because they like to pick and choose who they want to speak to and who they don't want to speak to.
This is 2021.
We ain't with it.
Including providing resources.
No, we ain't with it. We ain't with the fascism.
Program.
The quorum is
if we
based
continue
off
to see, if our city
years and years of
security and
safety going off, and cops going.
Is that is technically my turn? Like, what am I on the fucking left hand?
Go way off in left field for about 3 minutes. And if not, that's why we're recording it live, because they like to pick and choose who they want to speak to and who they don't want to speak to. We ain't with it.
Including providing resources.
No, we ain't with it. We ain't with the fascism.
Program.
The quorum is
if we
based
continue
off
to see, if our city
years and years of
security and
me
safety
going off and my pops
on
going
the mall,
off
I
on
believe
Denver City Council. They've been going off on them for the past 15 years. I've been going off on them for the past 5-6 years.
Of any background,
and now they have this stupid quorum where you have to address the council as a whole. You can't yield time. And some other bullshit.
So thank you very much.
It's silencing them free speech. They don't want to hear from the public. They do these general public comment sessions once a week. And they pick and choose. Stacey Gilmore, our council president, she pick and choose who she wants to have speak.
My name is Carmi Cummings, District 1.
My
I
allies,
have
the
a
abolitionist
comment in the past about
colleagues
environmental issues.
have
After I left
taken
an oil
over
and gas career, I
this,
started working
meeting
for a
this
real
morning.
estate developer.
We just glad we got kicked out of that.
And they're going in. First Adrian, got
Bamboo.
2.5 years later, at the
get on there.
Crazy.
Get on there.
The
Baby,
Chesney
get
is
on
because
there.
about Denver was allowed, which was the truth.
Yeah.
And they try to breed.
We're not done going off.
Say something else, and I stood up for Chesney. Did not like that. Dude, my platform. Well, if it's your platform, you already see it. Why are you number 12 on your own list?
You're a sellout. That's all I got to say about that.
Hancock, Cancun is bona fide sellout. Definition of
a particular bill I am passionate about. However, after tuning into
They're probably not going to let us talk. And there's nicotine patches I'm forced to wear.
Perhaps for others, we are sleeping because of our nighttime jobs. Maybe we are caregiving. Maybe we are doing some form of mutual aid that this city could provide a community that's here to be a part of those freedom dreams. Thank you.
Thank you. Our next speaker is Keith Pryor.
Good evening. Thank you so much. Can you hear me?
Go ahead.
Great. I would just do better. And I know everyone truly.
We thank you so much. We ask you, Director Council as a whole.
Our homeboy just got arrested for that.
I am only one, but still I am
God.
one. I cannot do everything.
Why do I need him? Because I'm in a dangerous housing apartment.
I cannot do everything. I will
Dangerous
not
individuals,
refuse to
perverts,
do
stilmos,
something that
whatnot.
I can do.
The
If the only
36
thing
time
that I
break.
can do is to make public comment to my city council. I do that. Thank you for
Who
listening.
cares, man?
and
You're doing the
thank
Rocky
you for
Championship.
serving. The end.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Get off the
Anita.
stage.
Our next speaker up is Emily Perziquas. I'll let you correct me if I mispronounce your last name, Emily. Go ahead.
More, bitch, you're gonna get corrected.
Yeah, it's Emily Perziquas. I just wanted to respond to what I witnessed in the so-called privacy.
That's right. Tell them.
They have police menacing them and they're intense on a weekly basis for the crime of trying to survive. And I live in District 10.
Bases
and
and provide
Like right
sanitation.
To lick the boots of the rich who have moved to from the communities
Yeah.
most of us came from.
Bootlickers.
This week I went to see
brown
the
nosy
gentrified part of
ass.
She talked to us during the wintertime, but I didn't know who this was. Then she came. When I figured it out, oh man, she had to get the fuck up out of my house. That's for sure. That is fucking damn for sure. Now she had to get the fuck up.
By leaders at all levels of government.
Right,
The next general public comment session will be held before the meeting of council on Monday, February 8th. Sign up begins at 12 noon on Friday, February 5th. Thank you.
Yeah, we kept trying to get on there, but he was right. All right, let's go and finish our last two topics. Let's see. All right. You're still in that Zoom. Okay, great. Last two topics is the unhoused neighbors and the unhoused neighbor news. All right, so the sweeps still continue. That's how Jesse would open it. Sweeps still continue. I'm so frustrated. The sweeps still continue. All right, Shabaka. I see you, buddy. The sweeps still continue. Sorry, I was in my pajamas, man, before Jesse had rolled up on me and said, "Get on the show." All right, the sweeps still continue. There is the misinformation coming from the city about how everybody's in shelters, they're going to shelters, and there's space, and blah blah blah, and all this extra stuff, and there really isn't. Oh, I gotta show this one thing. I gotta show this one little tiny thing. There isn't. There is an influx of which Black family. Let's pay attention to the news, right? There's an influx of fucking immigrants, but then they don't want to talk about it, right? They want to act like they're not in the shelters when we know clearly they are. I just know our people are not going in the shelters, so that's what we do know. And we do know that they're sweeping people regardless of whether or not they have permission to be there or not, because my sister had got swept when she had permission from the little parking lot she was in front of. So I'm going to play this one little video. I was talking about John Pravinsky. I was talking about the motherfucking Colorado Coalition for the Homeless and them just buying up a new hotel. So just 1 second. I pull it up. And then, yeah, it's right here. Okay, hold on a second. That's pretty right on spot. I told Jesse. Okay. All right. I'm sorry. I was listening. I think I had a lot of shit going on. All right, hold on a second. Let's go right here. All right, this is the last topic, and then I'm gonna close it out. My baby hit me up when he gets back. He's doing an actual very important interview right now. So hold on. It's not working. I don't know why it's not showing.
Addiction issues.
It's life-saving for many people.
It's based on the Housing First model, which comes with little to no requirements for getting in and staying in the units.
Studies have shown that if we house people in decent and safe housing, provide the wraparound services that they need, that it actually saves taxpayers and saves the community money that they would otherwise be spending on the emergency room, police services.
John Pravinsky is the executive director of the Colorado Coalition for the Home. The group owner hotel with one be operating as housing. We wanted to see what residents thought and found a once celebrated housing unit known as Fusion Studios had a much different feel today.
It's just like a motel room.
In 2020, Pravinsky told CBS4 it would be more than a place to lay your head.
Access to health and mental health and addiction counseling, employment services, and other health supports to be able to improve their lives.
We were there multiple times and never saw these offices being used. So we asked, what about services? Do they offer things like that?
You have to look at it on your own.
When it opened, safety was going to be a top priority, but those living and working here told us it was an issue, that police are here daily. We went back to the coalition with that information.
What has changed when it comes to safety and security there?
Well, safety and security are really perceptions. And so the perception is often different than the reality. So you may have talked to a handful of folks, and I could talk to another handful of folks who are basically just pleased to have a safe place to live.
We asked Denver police for the number of calls for service to that address and found roughly 500 calls have been made to police every year since it opened. Everything from assault and theft to noise complaints and welfare checks.
I think you have to look at the welfare checks. Our staff there say that they use the police to help them intervene.
We also asked about concerns that were raised to us about accessing services.
It just seemed like a ghost town.
If you walk into an apartment building, you're not necessarily going to see a lot of activity, but those folks are they may be meeting with residents, they may be consulting with other folks, but they're there.
While he acknowledges the challenges at Fusion Studios and those they'll face when opening a facility twice as large, Parvinsky points to the alternative.
This is a much better solution than, again, leaving people on the streets, even if there are challenges within a building.
Now, Parvinsky also argues that these hotel transformations cost far less than starting from scratch and says the pandemic really fueled their struggles around staffing for both security and behavioral health experts at that location. Karen?
Okay, sorry about that, family. Yeah, let me get back. All right. Sorry about that, family. I had to go to the restroom really, really bad, so I couldn't hold it. But right here, we're talking
perceptions, and so the perceptions often
insecurity there.
Well, safety and security are really perceptions, and so the perceptions often different than the reality. So you may have talked to a handful of folks, and I could talk to another handful of folks who are basically just pleased to have a safe place to live.
He asked Denver police for the number of calls for service to that address and found roughly 500 calls have been made to police every year since it opened. Everything from assault and theft to noise complaints and welfare checks.
I think you have to look at the welfare checks. Our staff there say that they use the police to help them intervene.
We also asked about concerns that were raised to us about accessing services.
It just seemed like a ghost town.
If you walk into an apartment building, you're not necessarily going to see a lot of activity, but those folks are they're maybe meeting with residents, they may be consulting with other folks, but they're there.
While he acknowledges the challenges at Fusion Studios and those they'll face when opening a facility twice as large, Parvinsky points to the alternative.
This is a much better solution than, again, leaving people on the streets, even if there are challenges within a building.
Still going over there.
Now, Parvinsky also argues that these hotel transformations cost far less than starting from scratch and says the pandemic really fueled their struggles around staffing for both security and behavioral health experts at that location.
Mrs.
Karen?
constantly have to have his apartment sprayed, and his apartment is usually like the main, it's like it's usually fucking clean, right? It's like once you get rid of it, it constantly comes back. It's just ridiculous. Just them, the maintenance dude. I think the maintenance dude is a pervert. You know what I mean? I say that because I think he's a pervert. I just think he's weird. He has no decorum himself. He might be there to do some work, like he'll knock on Jesse's door to do some work or something like that, and he will not accept the fact that Jesse be in the restroom or whatever, and I have to answer the door. I don't have to answer the door. I chose to answer the door, but still, you know what I mean? They be like, he try to push his way up in there. I'm like, oh, cuz you just back it on out. He'll be there. He'll come talk to you downstairs. He's in the room. He's taking a shower. Doing shit. I'm like, no, cuz, back up, back up. I don't know how many times I told that white man, cuz, back up. But yeah. I got a high turnover rate. High ass turnover rate when it comes to keeping staff there. The security clearly said they don't have to provide security. And if you feel like your life's in danger, go ahead and call the police. They don't have to stand up for you. So they're just there for show, like for visuals. They're not there just because they're not there to help. They are there to snitch. And I'm pretty fucking positive they got a fucking police officer living in the building. Almost positive. Which doesn't matter. Like for me when I go over there, I'm glad Jesse has to come and get me. When I was living there, me and Jesse would go I lived on the bottom floor. Jesse lived, somewhere else. And me and Jesse would come come down from his spot all the way to come get me. And we'd walk down the hallway to the elevator because motherfuckers, and still, even to this day, when I get up in there, they still try to touch on me. They still try to talk to me. Try to see what they can finesse off of me. I'm like, man, who the fuck you talking to like that? Like, good luck trying to get anything off of me. If anything, I'm gonna get it off of you. Stop it. You know what I mean? When they get up in the elevator, when I'm by myself, it's either they try to do nasty things to me in the elevator, or they just say something bad, but they're trying to do nasty things to me on the elevator, or they're trying to set trip and gangbang on me, and neither of those things will pass. And then, I don't like that. Let's say Jesse and maybe 6 people that live in that building are probably the only ones that are like sober and got their shit together. And one of them right for news break. You see what I'm saying? So it's like everybody else is fucked in the game over there. There was a time where case management was smashing on the motherfucking residents, and one of the case managers, I got him fired. There's an old motherfucking sexual harassment type of dude. I got him fired. I really don't feel like saying his name, but when my ex went to jail, the first way before me and Jesse got together, he helped me get through that because it was very, 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 very violent situation for me. And I was trying to get that shit situated, but dude knew what was going on with me, because it kind of happened in public. I'm not really one of those type of people that you see having dysfunctions in public, because I was raised differently. Like, you don't argue in front of people. You don't have these kind of dysfunctional loud moments, like, what you might see from time to time with me and Jesse. Well, that was something that I was not raised to do. So I don't get live in public with my mate. That's really out of character for me. And I don't even discuss, like, me personally would never discuss anything in front of other people, especially people that already got different types of perceptions. I was raised completely fucking different. All your problems you solve at home, and you don't bring them out in the street. You don't talk about stuff like that in the street. If you have a disagreement, it's rectified in public. You can talk about it later, but here nowadays in 2023, people are just very loud and they don't know how to control themselves. I personally I get it's a form of embarrassment for me. When we have dysfunctional moments in front of others, it is extremely embarrassing for me because I was raised differently. I was raised to can we just not and get through the moment? You know what I mean? We could discuss this later. I wait from people because I feel like that's weakness that motherfuckers would love to collaborate on. They love to get their hands on and point out, when in fact It's just a different way of being raised. I was raised this way, and so when things like maybe a disagreement or different perceptions, we might not agree, happens to come up, you wouldn't see me arguing about it in front of people. Like yesterday, like for you example, like yesterday, with my computer and the way it was showing on the screen. Some reason, when you don't have no resources, yeah, of course you're gonna get upset about. And especially when you feel like somebody's doing something wrong, you don't know what it is exactly because you're not sitting in their fucking seat. But when you're not sitting in the seat, you're not in control. But I'm about problem solving, so let me move this to the other laptop. That's why we have the laptop there. So I was supposed to be on that one. Sometimes we're in the same room. We can't have to sit together because I'm sick. You know what I mean? I'm supposed to be laying down and resting. You know what I mean? So, when I saw something wrong, obviously I was like, do this, do that, get off of this. And I move like this. I move really fast. So me and him are on, like, there's some things that we're not evenly yoked at. Or me, I'm like very competitive, very very driven, like demanding, forceful. You know what I mean? It seems like a bad thing, but really, when it comes time to like the elections and stuff like that, I'm really competitive. I think strategically, and not only that, but I'm a fast thinker, and I got like 50 fucking answers for one fucking thing. So if one situation don't work, I done already thought about 5 different backups. You know what I mean? That's just quick. But also too, if I see something not working, I'm not gonna waste time on it. I'm gonna move forward, and then I'll go back to it. And so we're having like a little disagreement in my mind. It was starting to escalate, and it seemed to be too much, and I'm like, shh, right? That's just natural. I wasn't trying to be disrespectful. It's just like, stop. People are watching. Like, we can talk about this later. Just do what the hell I tell you to do, so that we can move forward. That's in my mind. Which kind of seems kind of rude, but it's like, come on, man. We can't fix it. And no, but I'm starting to feel panicky because I can't replace my goddamn computer. Like, you know what I mean? Like, in my defense, that's where I was thinking about. You can't fucking replace my shit. So, I don't got it like that. Nobody likes me. Nobody's gonna help me do shit, and I get no passes. Don't let the shade deflect the message. So I was like, I was having a little panicky mode. He was having a defensive mode. So I was like, look, just do what the fuck I tell you to do. Get the fuck off my shit. Move right here. And it rectified itself. It ended up getting under control. But for my defense, I was like, I tried to tell him, I tried the first time, I tried to tell him, did in a nice way, but then all of a sudden it just escalated. But those are the kind of things that I grew up with that would be considered dysfunctional, and we don't do in public. You know what I mean? And so I found myself coming out of character because it would be so argumentative. I'm like, God damn, like, no, I don't need this. I don't got time for this sassy shit. No, you know what I mean? And then, but in my mind, that's because I was raised completely 150% differently when it came to that. You can clearly see my upbringing is like no and no, and I get embarrassed. I'm embarrassed because like I'm acting out too. I know better. I'm acting out too. My behavior is no better, and I just want to hurry up and get past that moment so we can move on to different shit. You see what I'm saying? So I'm just as embarrassed because of my own shit. And it just comes out really dysfunctional. When I was telling him yesterday, I was like, oh, look, man. We was watching a podcast afterwards. I was like, why can't we do that? What I was saying back then, and like, the code. It's all serious about the code and what this means and what that means. I also know I will counteract that with a whole different argument using the same code. And it just, but it was like, to me, it was funny, but him, it was very serious. Hey! What you doing? ¿Qué está diciendo? you take that shit on somewhere else. The dog is going through a little situation. She's kind of actually worried about people trying to break in her house. And the other day, when you come out of a certain type of abusive situation, as your perpetrator gets out, and you don't really know where they're roaming around at. And especially if your perpetrator is a dangerous individual, you're like, oh, I gotta get the fuck up and move around, right? And then I just decided, I'm just not gonna think about it because I don't want to manifest that to myself because I'm the force. But the other day when I learned about it, the screen outside my window had been tampered with earlier in the year. And so I was laying down because I'm always sick. So I was laying down trying to rest. And someone had came and touched the screen on my window and like mobbed quick around really fast. Like touched it and mobbed around. And it scared me. But it scared me because I was really sick. And nobody does that shit. Nobody does that to me. Nobody ever fucking does that to me. Because people know better than fucking with my fucking crib. You know better. Like, people know better. They know exactly how the fuck I get down. I have no problems going outside. I have no problems fucking anybody up. I have no problems. You come up in my shit, I will drag you through and beat the fuck out of you. I have no fucking problems. I mean, every house, every apartment I've ever had got broken into, and they got fucked up and manhandled before they managed to get to escape and go call the police for help. Okay, so I have no problems protecting my motherfucking household. But I shouldn't have to, right? But I didn't know I had a vision. I'm psychic, so those who know me for real know me that I'm psychic. So I had a vision. And then Jesse told me bad news, like literally 2 hours after I had the vision. And then about an hour after that, that's when somebody had touched the fucking screen. And so I was kind of like on alert. And I don't know what's wrong with people, but I have a natural warning, a natural alarm system that goes off when danger is afoot. And that includes the law. Okay. So danger is afoot. So I was watching a movie. And I put on this movie and I went back to come over here, put on the movie, walked over there, got back on my bed and I grabbed something to drink. And I was laying down. And I was kind of laying down like way up front in the front part of my bed. I suddenly started fucking with the screen again. And I was like just like that. I was like, hey, like real deep, like a man voice. Like a girl, like a man voice. Hey, like that. And my brother was like, I said, what you doing? What you doing like that? Cause like it's like, I'm in my mode. Dude was like, oh, I'm fixing, said in Spanish, I'm fixing the window screen. And I was like, are you a worker? Because I was all the way over there and I was having a hard time getting up. And he was like, yeah. I was like, all right. Because I know that the workers have been working. They're always working on the apartment. Sometimes apartments. And sometimes I wonder, like, what else are they doing? Because they're here weird ass days, weird ass hours. Like sometimes they're here like 8 or 9. And I'm like, yeah, right. He's casing the spot. What are you doing? You know what I mean? It's really crazy sometimes. Because nothing like in my apartment gets done. I still live in an apartment. They ain't got no motherfucking heater or air conditioning. See what I'm saying? So yeah, it's crazy. But right now I'm just checking that. Checking them because they're carrying something in. But lately in my alley, it's been really active, like, and it just happened to feel like it was going along with my latest news that we got over here with our family. So I was pretty thankful Jesse was here. And even then later on today, I might be over there. But it doesn't matter. When somebody wants to get you, they want to get you. They catch you slipping somewhere, you know. But that's not going to happen. I'm just saying that a lot of dysfunction going on with me and him, but like once in a while, I'm embarrassed too because I was really, really, really raised differently. Really raised differently. And I really get embarrassed with my own behavior sometimes because I'm reactionary. So if I don't react, then it's like it's never, you never win. You never win with Capricorns. You never win. You never fucking win. Anyway, so I'm gonna close it out right here. I want everybody to stay black and dangerous, obviously. And it's Black First Agenda. There you go, Jesse. Finally, I'm closing it out. Did you hear me talk about fuck shit, guys?
I just got here.
I was telling the people yesterday about when we was arguing about the fucking computer, right? And I was like, I was raised differently. So that kind of shit we don't do. I wouldn't do. But and then I said I'm embarrassed about my own behavior because I found myself doing it. You know, arguing, trying to get you calmed down. I'm like, shh, not in a disrespectful way, or just because I'm embarrassed too. Anyway, I showed the people stuff. I already closed it out. It's already done. It's a wrap. So we can just log off. Plus you gotta get ready for Shabaka's Black Experience Enhanced. Which the can you please show the number? Oh, you already did. Okay, cool. I forgot to throw off the fair use thing. So it doesn't matter anyway. Because really, it just really don't matter to me. So I forgot. But I forgot to show it. So stay black and dangerous. Reparations and separation. What else? What else do we say? Oh, and I'm not sure when I'm gonna do the RVA because we did a thoroughly fucking candidate thing, but I do have some fucking opinions on that. Baby, I'm gonna show a video from 2021 where me and you were at the sweep and you showed me the fence for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
You heard I was going off about the fence?
Yeah.
And I was telling the people how that still exists now, and that's what we call hostile infrastructure. You know what I mean?
With the rocks, boulders, and troughs.
Yep, and I also showed them a little clip where we were waiting that first time, but now it wasn't our first time, but I was sitting in the conciliary chair, and we were doing city council.
Yeah,
we started to get on city council, and city council was picking and choosing who they wanted to let in and who they didn't. So yeah, we was just talking. I happen to think that was right after I got out of the hospital when my lung had burst.
Yeah, it was.
The thing, right? Yeah. Because I had bruises on my arms from that stupid ass fucking IV. And I was telling the people about my perpetrator. about how somebody was messing with the window.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I told you about that, right? Did somebody touch the window?
Yeah.
Right. Well, right now I was sitting here chilling, and somebody came by the window, and I don't know if that was a ladder or not, but it doesn't matter. But before that, we're touching the screen, and I was just going off. Like I was like, "Hey," like that with my deep voice, you know. Mm-hmm. But I was telling people about that, and it got more serious because I said like my perpetrator, you know what I mean, was released, and I didn't know, you know. And I just had a vision. I told you about the vision. I had a vision, and then 2 hours later, you tell me about it. And then an hour later, somebody's messing with the screen. You know? And I did also tell the people about, I showed the video about John Pravinsky talking about your building, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was telling the people about how things were really, and that, you know, about the case management. And I said, there was one case manager that got fired. I didn't want to mention his name. Don't you do it. And he got fired for harassing me too. And my perpetrator went to jail. And they get him fired, but I didn't mean to. I just happened to do it. And it was real pariah right there. Anyway, so stay black, dangerous. Join us for Shabaka. Well, join somebody for Shabaka's Black Experience Enhanced today here shortly. Like I think it's like next hour or so, and then watch the game.
Next 3 hours.
Yeah. So, I'm gonna end it right here. Go ahead and end it, Jesse. Say goodbye. What are you eating?
Gum. What are these things called? Some kind of candy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, end it so I can ask you a question on the outside. Bye, family. We'll see you soon.
Gummy candy. Yep. Peace, love, light, reparations, separations, and Black empowerment. We'll be back next week with a brand new episode. In the meantime, make sure you check out a brand new episode of Shabak's Black Experience Enhanced in 3 hours or less than 4 hours. And y'all all know the number. I'm still waiting on you biting supporters to call in.
Yep.
And check Lady Che out whenever she does the RBA.
Yeah, it'll probably be sometime here shortly. I just need Jesse's help with something, but I got that kind of out of my system with this show, and then we'll move on to different topics. I got a couple of topics I want to talk about, so we'll talk about it probably Monday. We'll see. I was gonna do it yesterday, but I had to get my emotions under control. I was like in a weepy state of mind. Shut up, Jesse. All right, I'll talk to you soon.
All right, peace, y'all.